Good morning, beautiful people. It is Friday, the 23rd of June. Happy Friday! Woo! Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture. As defined by the culture, and of course, you are hosted by the best. We're going to go around and introduce ourselves.
Happy Friday, Big Man Youth in the building.
It's your girl, Just Jean, representing the Black Queens in the fitness scene.
I was hoping we'd get the full one today. And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, and of course, the melanin is jam-packed.
I like the hat you're wearing.
You me?
Both of you, I guess.
You said I. My hat is plain, please. You're
I'm
not talking about me.
What's that on your hat?
I don't
Yeah,
even
it's
talking about
about you.
me. Oh,
Can you not see that you're on screen?
No, crap. So this is why I was even trying to get Brent's attention about it.
Oh, it's not on?
Yeah.
Alright.
It looks like a Black Panther.
That's right.
Power to the people. Power to the people.
That's right. Black Panthers all day. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
How are you doing today, Gina?
I am tired. Hay fever is
Still?
a hell of a drug. Yeah. I went to Superdrug yesterday, and I went to the counter, and she was like, "You have it really bad, don't you?" All the stuff I bought wipes. I didn't even know there was pollen wipes. I went to when you go to the section, I grabbed everything I could find. They had pollen wipes, some eye mist thing that you spray on top of your eyes with your eyelids closed. Obviously, I re-upped on the tablets Esther told me to get. Nasal spray. Ma'am, please.
You know, someone actually wrote, I think under that video, the last time you was in talking about hay fever, yeah, some advice for you. Did you read it?
No, I didn't know.
Basically, what they're saying is, you know when you leave your windows open and stuff, yeah?
I don't leave it open anymore.
Good.
Because of you lot.
All right.
I've been suffering, not suffering, but like, I don't leave my windows open anymore. Literally, since that day, I've not left them open.
Good.
But because I can't sleep with the fan on too high, because I get a really bad cold. Like today, I woke up so hot. Like I put it on like a low temperature, but I woke up really, really hot, and I was like, no, today's actually hot. But then when I came outside, I thought, no, it's just because there's no ventilation in my room. But so how do you like air out your room? You can't.
Yeah, I guess you can, but I think maybe yours is a bit more serious, isn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah. But if I was in your shoes, I'll just leave the window closed.
No, I have. I literally
Good.
not opened the window like since because I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know, I'm actually waking up to pollen in my room.
This is it, man. But you sound better though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's improving.
I do. It's, and I realize as well. Yeah, as long as I don't sleep on my face, my eyes aren't as bad. So you lot can't see how bad it is. Can you see my eye bags?
Yeah.
This is even like this is mild. When I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, today's not as. That's why you lot can see me and I'm not wearing glasses. Normally, my mum would be like, okay, yeah, you need to bathe your eyes. Yeah, it's annoying. And I got to ride this till September.
You'll probably be better by like next week, I think.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think so.
I do hope so. I think last week was a lot worse.
Yeah, definitely was.
I mean, last week was worse.
Definitely was.
This week hasn't been as bad. So
Improvements.
yeah.
You know what? The one that hay fever tablets that work for me, yeah, Tesco ones, you know.
Really?
Yeah, the blue pack.
Just the normal ones.
Yeah. I think the active ingredient is loratadine or something like that. You know they got two. They got a blue pack and a red pack, and they got two different active ingredients.
Okay.
So the blue one's the one that works for me. I take 2 in the morning.
Is it true that you shouldn't be taking more than the recommended dosage?
Yes, you should take 1, but for severe situations you can take 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not killing myself.
No. I remember I spoke to like the 111 people.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, like you can take 2.
Okay.
Because how serious it is for you, innit?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
But regular people, just take 1.
My hay fever is not regular, boy. It's not. And you know what I'm loving? The people that never had hay fever before that have it this year.
There's loads of people, you know.
Yeah, my sister's one of them as well, and it's actually bringing me joy. I'm like, oh, welcome.
You can't be a hater.
Come and join. Because you lot don't get it, and you think it's childish and pathetic. Okay.
Does it affect her lungs too?
Oh, Brent, I don't know. You know what makes me laugh, yeah? You see Brent, he secretly bullies Georgia. But he's like, it comes from a place of love. So he
I
says.
don't even know what you're talking about.
I
there's
know.
nothing
We both
bullyish in
know what you're talking about, so I'm not going to say anything.
Bless
It's fine.
Bless her.
We'll leave it there.
Mm.
Yusuf, how are you?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Eman, how are you?
Yeah, can't complain. Can't complain.
Cool.
You don't get hay fever, innit?
He does, though, don't you?
Nah, I don't have hay fever.
Don't you?
Not officially. I haven't been diagnosed with it.
I don't think anyone gets diagnosed, to be honest with you. We self-diagnose ourselves.
Yeah, so I don't know officially. I know I've had issues with, I think, allergies and stuff like that.
Okay.
But I don't know if I have hay fever. I've never claimed to have it. I've never said officially I have it. I just.
Oh, really? Oh, your skin looks good today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
What have you been doing?
Nothing, man. Just nothing. Just
What's
my
your
regular-
routine?
I don't have a routine, you know.
You don't have a skincare routine?
Mm-mm.
Oh, your skin's
Just-
good.
Just wash my face.
That's it.
Yeah.
What do you wash your face with?
I use face washes from what's that guy's name? Dr. Organic.
Okay.
You know what brand I'm talking about?
The black-owned brand.
I don't
Dr.
think-
Organic?
I don't think it's black owned.
No,
Dr.
no,
Organic?
I'm thinking, no, I'm just Dr. Miracle.
Nah. I got them from my mum actually.
Okay.
Well, that's what I've been using as of late. But before that, I just washed my face
With what?
with soap, with
What soap?
shower gel.
Oh,
It varies.
so yeah. I always think
What? What do you mean?
like you're not meant to wash your face with like the same soap you use on your skin.
Oh, I got to use a specific face soap.
Yeah, like obviously that part of your skin is one that's a lot more exposed to
Yeah.
sunlight and others. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So generally speaking, you're not really. I'm not a skincare guru, by the way. I'm just saying that you shouldn't really use the same products on your.
I've never had a
Skin.
different soap for my face before in my life.
No,
Mm-mm.
that's why face washes and stuff generally always have different ingredients for your
Okay.
face as opposed to like normal skin cream.
But if I'm proof that that doesn't really matter, then does it matter?
No, I'm not telling you to change your routine.
No, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying if I've used the same soap for my face and body my whole entire life,
Yeah.
my face is fine,
Yeah.
then do you really need a different soap for your face?
Fair.
You know what I mean?
You can make a fair argument.
Yeah.
You could.
I think I've got.
I mean, I ain't a dermatologist, so
I've got a long enough sample size
yeah, you
to
do.
say. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. Yeah.
But
I've
obviously,
got-
everyone's skin is different.
yeah.
Everyone's skin is
Like for
different.
example, my face is darker than my body. So I always use different stuff on my face
Yeah.
as opposed to my body, and my skin is very dry anyway. So, yeah.
Oh, so yours is like naturally on the dry side.
Oh,
Mm.
you don't understand.
Yeah.
There's a
Dr.
running-
Organic. Dr. Organic.
There's a running joke around my friends that I don't cream.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like literally, because my skin's always dry.
I've never ever
Yeah,
seen
no.
it that way though.
But like my face, the thing is, unless you see my body, my face is because I have a skincare routine, so my face is always gonna look moisturized because it is. But skin, but the effort to have a body routine the same level as my face, I ain't got time for that. There's too much surface.
What
No,
possible
as in
body
like
routine could there be?
no, as in like so. Even today, I had to cream with like I had to use moisturizer and then like an oil on top. I can't just use one cream. My skin literally it's like it's drinks it so like I can't use shea butter to cream. Any of that stuff.
I feel like I would prefer that, you know, because like
What?
I think mine's is
Really,
oily.
really.
Yeah.
No, but my skin is dry. Like when I come out of the shower, I look like a ghost. Like my face just looks dry. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, can I get a little aircon, sir?
Yeah.
A little hot in here.
Oh, sorry. So, the question of the day, guys. What is your favourite childhood memory?
I have too many. Playing computer games, all the different TV shows I've watched, playing out, playing football with friends, going to hall parties. It's a big part of it, to be fair. Yeah,
Those are some legendary times.
yeah,
All
hall parties. Yeah, hall parties were
Hall parties don't hit. Can I be honest?
fave.
I might have one for my 35th, you know?
Mm.
African hall party.
with the old school
Everything.
setup,
Everything.
party bags,
Everything.
the band or the DJ in the corner.
Everything. Do you know how fun that would be?
sick, you know.
That would be
sick.
lit.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, but you have to cater to it properly though. Like music has to be.
Like back in the day.
Yeah, you have to
Shina
do it
Peters.
throwback.
Okay, you're like,
No, but you're Ghanaian. You didn't play that, did you?
no, but I'm just saying for.
Oh,
No, with the Ghanaian music, I've got you lot. Trust me. That old timers music. High life is what we
Yeah.
called it.
Yeah, those are probably the ones for me.
Do you know what? One of my favorite childhood memories is Trouble. See that TV channel? Trouble
Oh, yeah.
is like, when I think of childhood, all the shows, like, especially like the fact that we didn't have like black shows to begin with, innit? Do you remember? And then we finally got Trouble, and like,
Yeah.
I just thought, wow, this has really changed my life. Like, Trouble was a massive part of my childhood.
What's your favourite show on Trouble?
I couldn't give you one, honestly. Like, there's too many to mention. Moesha, 101.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with 101 though. Like 101 was my show. My Wife and Kids, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No, I forgot those were all in Trouble actually.
What's it called? Half and Half was all right.
Cousin Skeeter, was that on Trouble?
Yeah, Cousin Skeeter. Was it half? Sorry. I'm trying to think. What was the one with Lisa Ray and Dwayne?
I can't remember the name.
I actually used to like that show as well. What's it called? Lisa Ray, is it Dwayne?
No, I know what show you're talking
Dwayne
about. I
thingy.
don't remember the name.
Sister. The Parkers was that one of my favourite shows.
Yeah, so all the usuals.
Yeah.
For some reason, I forgot those were the shows on Trouble. I thought you were going to mention some next shows.
No.
Yeah.
See, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't think there was any kind of black show on there that I didn't like watching. Do you know what I mean? Or that I'd like miss.
Yeah.
What else do I miss about my childhood? Skipping.
As in single skipping, or you mean
Like, you know, in
jump
the
rope?
playground, yeah. Like, yeah, so like obviously
Okay.
we were nowhere as advanced as Americans.
Yeah.
So we didn't double dutch the way, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Them lot took it extreme. But I actually wish I wish that was part of UK culture. Like when I watch people skip now, even over there,
I think it was in my school, in my primary school. Girls used to skip a lot.
No, we did skip a lot, but have you seen the extent of how
Yeah,
advanced
because
Americans are?
they compete
Yeah, like they,
like
and we
double dutch
didn't
competitions.
double over here. Like we had one rope that people used to like swing around.
Yeah,
We didn't
true.
do the two. That's what I mean.
Have I seen two over
They
here?
called it double dutch. We didn't do the two and you got to run in. Like you'd have one person in skipping,
Yeah.
but we didn't do the two where you're like, do you know what I mean?
I think I've seen two here before though.
I don't think I
Back
have.
in the day. Yeah.
I don't remember that, but I do miss like skipping in the playground and like that kind of like, you know, that carefree life. Just lunchtime, we're just there. I miss Woolworths. Woolworths was a big part of my childhood. It was right next to my primary school.
I used to
So
work on Wolves actually. My first ever
school-
job.
really,
Yeah.
before school, after
Campbell-
school.
Camberwell Green.
What else do I miss? I did like hall parties.
What did you do for like work experience?
Oh,
I worked in the bank.
I worked in retail.
I worked in two banks. I worked in, I can't remember what actual bank it was. I think it was HSBC or NatWest. I think it was NatWest. The first one I was in was in West Dulwich. Then I moved to the one in Brixton.
Jeez.
Yeah, the one on the corner of where the McDee's is, I think.
Did you do it in year 10 as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
when did you do? Didn't you only do one?
Yeah, we did one. We did more than one.
No, sorry. You know, it's the way I heard you say the question. Ignore me. It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was yours?
Retail. I worked in Miss Selfridge.
Oh,
Can I be honest though? It made me realise that I wasn't cut out for this life. But it's done because after that, my life was in retail for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I remember, I just used to think, wait, I have to do this, and this is how I'm gonna get paid. It was so. Do you know what it was? It's because my store was quiet,
Yeah.
so it was so. Work experience was boring.
Yeah, same.
Like I just stood like, and obviously because you were young, you weren't allowed to go on tills, so you didn't really like. When I used to work in retail, if my shift was on tills, I was
Yeah.
gassed because when your day goes quicker, you're interacting, you're consistently working. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Changing room was a drag, but it wasn't as bad as being on shop floor. Nothing is worse than being on shop floor.
100%.
Folding clothes,
Yeah.
and like walking around and looking like you're busy.
Yeah.
Nah.
I gained nothing from work experience because the first bank I was in West Dulwich, and it was a small, very small branch. So it was just me and these two white ladies, and the bank is just tiny. So I used to just sit down next to them and I think I was just counting money and they'll give me bags of money to count, whatever. Then they moved me. That's why I moved to Brixton because you know what, there's nothing really for you to do here. We're gonna ask for them to move you. But Brixton was even worse because I wasn't even on the shop floor. They put me in the back the whole time I was there, and that's all I done. I just stayed in the back.
Yeah, that's right.
I stayed in the back. I think I read some stuff and done some stuff, but I didn't do anything in the actual bank. It was very, very, very pointless.
Wow.
Do you know what I realised? My attention span in general is not cut out for things like retail or even office jobs. I actually have to be active. Like, it makes so much sense why I do what I do. Because when I look back at all the jobs I've had, unless you had like a really good team, I guess, and they kept you alive, yeah, every job was a drag. Literally. What did you do?
No,
So I did work experience in my GP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was I don't know why this even came to my mind, but it was the first time I had Chinese.
Oh, really?
What was the name?
What the GP?
you're dub.
Super, yeah.
That was a good one. That was a nice one.
This guy, but you know, like in what's that show? Pursuit of Happiness, Will Smith.
Yeah.
You know how he's kind of going around shopping certain things to certain places.
Yeah.
So basically, someone did that at the GP, innit? And basically, to kind of sweeten up everything, they bought the whole team Chinese. Yeah, that was my first time ever tasting Chinese.
At 15?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, we never had none of them type of things.
You were late.
Like,
I love that for
you were
you.
late on Chinese.
oh, yeah, 100%. I think even after that, I think I was a bit excited, so I may have had Chinese again after that. Then after that, it was like sixth form. We never had any food like that. It was just like all takeaway was kind of like just KFC or McDonald's.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but nothing else.
Okay.
You were going to say something.
I'm gonna ask what your favorite retail job was.
All right. So all of these, I'm going to say more than one, yeah, but again, it's based on the people. So M&S on King's Road.
Yeah.
But do you know what it was? King's Road is obviously like Chelsea, it's bougie, whatever. But everyone that worked there was from the ghetto. Like, it was so fun. Like, everyone's from South.
Yeah.
So, like, we just used to catch so much joke. And a lot of naughtiness happened, which I can't say. But there was hella
You mean like, you
hella
theft?
five-finger discounts.
I'm gonna ask that kind of question, but I didn't want anyone to like incriminate themselves.
No, that's literally why I said yeah. But it was like it was very strategic and it was organized by like the ops boys.
Yeah.
So boys that did operations.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? But that was good.
Have you ever had a job and not taken advantage in some type of way? Like you've gone into that job and you've left and no mischief has occurred. You've gone in for however long your job was, a year, 2 years, whatever, and you've left that job and you can say, I didn't do anything untoward.
Yeah, the law firm, and I guess that's why.
I mean retail.
Oh, retail.
Not law firm.
So, of course. They need to bang me up. Yeah. I don't think I did mischief at Dorothy Perkins. No, I didn't. Did I do mischief at... Oh. I'm joking. No, I didn't. Yeah, there was calm. Even Topshop. I didn't do mischief at Topshop.
Okay.
What type of mischief?
Allegedly
didn't happen.
I know you're on about though.
You alluded to 5-finger discounts earlier.
Yeah, no,
so
but
it could be. I ain't talking about getting up to stuff with your colleagues and like that.
Not what?
Getting up to stuff with your colleagues.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I just mean
like your bedrooms will come in and be like, "Hey." And you're like,
It could be that. It could be you yourself. It could be a one-man operation.
Fair enough. I remember my cousin used to work in JD. I can incriminate him. I ain't saying his name. It's fine.
Yeah.
He used to work at JD.
Yeah.
And literally, I'd get the bird call, be like, "Listen, you got 30 minutes." I would run
We've
there.
all been there.
What? Run there. He'd be like, "Come," and you've got 30 minutes. The trainers I would collect and go to my house and be like, "Thank you."
When I used to work at Carrefour Warehouse, people call me to do all sorts of stuff.
Really?
I'm not saying I've done it, but they used to call me.
Yeah. We're such interesting people, like our community. I find us so like, not saying that other communities don't do it, but I do feel like these are all like not rites of passage. It's dumb, but do you know what I mean? It's like it's literally part of the black experience. Like,
yeah, no, it is.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like certain things that like we've gone through.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what other like rites of passage, like things that
even in Carrefour Warehouse, I was in some instances I was even scouted by random people.
No, that's what kills me.
They'll scour the shop and be like,
"Yo,
okay, cool."
boss.
And then they'll holler at me because they, from whatever their assessment is, I'm the
You
one
fit
to
the bill,
holler at.
yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because there was other black people in that shop. There was one other black guy, but maybe they didn't see that he was the guy for the job. They hollered at me. Maybe they hollered at him, but I don't know.
You didn't give them mandem vibes.
Yeah. So
You just need a dash. You're like, he gets it.
a sprinkle of hood.
They might watch how you walk or like your
How you
trainers.
move.
You know what I mean? You know when you can look at someone and see by how they dress, like it kind of gives you an idea of like the kind of person they are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean to a certain degree. Yeah.
Right, yeah, he's wearing TNs. Okay, cool. Bag him.
Go on, what are you gonna say before that?
No, I'm just trying to think what other stuff like there's a page I follow on Instagram called Black People Be Black, like Black People Be Blacking or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just the stuff that we do as Black people, like, you know, when we laugh and we hit each other and just how we're dramatic. Like, the page literally brings me joy because there's so many things that we do that we don't realise that we do. That's within, like, our community. Or, like, how extra exaggerated we are, like, with the things that we say, or how we talk a lot with our face. Stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what are the black rites of passage? Like, things as a black person that you...
Let me see if I can find the page. Because they always put up stuff, and I'm just like, no, this is so true.
I think we've all lived a similar life, especially in
like no matter what. Exactly, that's what I mean. Like we all come from different cultures, like different traditions and stuff. But like the black experience across the board generally is the same.
Yeah, like I could tell you a story about how interaction with my parents, and you could probably relate.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say.
Oh, sorry.
Whilst you're doing that, if you don't mind, I just want to mention the health workshop that I mentioned yesterday. It's called Achieving the Best You. And again, this is directed at men, right? So it's all about men's health. And basically, this is organized by Sutri Nutrition and Wellbeing. So Sutri Nutrition and Wellbeing and their partners are excited to provide this safe and inspiring environment in which men will be equipped with the knowledge to achieve and maintain optimal health. So basically, the aim after this event is to have all these men leave the session better informed about how to be healthier and also to make new connections with other men who are also looking to better themselves. So again, if you're looking to go down there, bring your business cards and, you know what I mean, connect with like-minded individuals. On that day, there's going to be like a few speakers as well, and they're going to be covering topics such as holistic health, what's particularly important for men to focus on for improved well-being, optimizing fitness, male sexual reproductive health, cognitive and mental enhancement, and the importance of breathing properly. So again, people, this is going to be on Sunday, the 25th of June, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. There's no black people time. Get there on time. And it's going to be at the Old Street Gallery, right? The Old Street Gallery, Sunday, the 25th of June. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Belinda.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
How are you this fine morning?
Hello, Belinda.
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you this fine morning?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
We are all blessed. Can you tell us a little bit about this particular workshop?
Yeah, of course. So thank you for giving me the time to speak. So I'm Belinda. I'm a nutritional therapist, naturopathic nutritional therapist, which means I work holistically. And I've been, I would say, led to lead a health workshop for men for a few years now, actually, but it's coming into fruition now. So what we've provided is a space for men to come together and to learn. And it's kind of covering the basics, what I often see when I see my clients, when I'm in the health shop, also when I'm speaking to my friends and colleagues and so on. So we're going to be touching, of course, on fitness, because men always want to know about fitness. But also things like mental health, basic tips of how to eat, because everyone's so busy these days and there's so much information and conflicting information. So just like the basics to help everyone to be healthier, our men. Male reproductive sexual health, which will be particularly and also mindfulness. So we have a mindfulness coach that will teach us the basics of it and how to breathe properly, which sounds so stupid because obviously we breathe involuntarily, but actually most of us are not breathing properly. We're not breathing from our diaphragm, which exacerbates things like anxiety. So we have someone that will just do a session with us as well, a guided session with the men, so that they know how to do that and carry on in their lives. And this stuff is proven scientifically to improve relationships and focus and performance and energy. So it's going to be dope. I'm going to have some goodie bags as well from each of the speakers, and also a company called Natural Health Harmony, which is owned by a black male, and he does different things. So there might be a bit of beard oil in there. bit of share butter. I don't want to promise, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's it. There'll be a time for networking as well. So I would say everyone bring your business cards, but also just to meet other men. I will say before I take a breather, one, it has been just biting me. That show that Lisa Ray was on was called All of Us.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
What's that, sorry?
All of us.
Two,
Oh, the this racial, okay.
and two, we can, sis, you can get in touch with me about hay fever. Everyone's really suffering. It's a really bad year for it, but there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do naturally. There's quite a few herbs you can use.
Thank you.
There's some complexes you can use that have things like quercetin and bromelain and vitamin C and nettle. You can start drinking nettle tea. And plantain, not the plantain that we fry, but there's a herb called plantain, also good for hay fever. There's a bunch of stuff you can do, and also a salt inhaler to help clear out your airways. So I know you've done a lot of things, but you might not have done those things because a lot of people don't know
to be
about
fair.
them.
So yeah, I'll definitely give you a shout because I'm on the ropes.
Yeah, I can't hear you very well, but I think you said you're going to give me a shout. But
I will.
Because she's on the ropes.
Yeah, no, it's hard out here because I suffer from hay fever as well. And I've been taking my usual stuff. But I will say that taking nettle more recently has really helped. And that's even like, if you're a proper hippie, like I'm a bit of a hippie, you can actually go out picking stinging nettles, but don't do that because there's a way to do that. So,
oh girl, that's
too
advanced for me.
From health shops, dried herb, and have it as a tea a couple of times a day, and it's usually a game changer. It's also good for like respiratory health in general, and also male prostate health. So.
Yeah, sorry, horns.
Every time I think male sexual health, there's going to be horns, right?
100%. All right, Belinda, thank you very much for calling in. I hope everybody heard all of that and could benefit from what you just said.
Thank you so much for the time. Have a blessed day.
You too.
Also, you can open your windows. Just open it a bit during the day and then not in certain times when the pollen's high, which is like in the evening, like 5 to 8-ish. So, yeah.
Oh, is the pollen high more so in the evenings?
So you've got a certain time in the evening when it's pretty high, usually when people are coming back from work to attack you, and there's certain times in the morning when you're going to work to attack you if you work traditional hours. So you can have it open a bit during the day, and also balance it out, whether it's worth having it open during the day. If it's particularly hot outside, then actually you might just be better off closing your window because the air outside might be warmer. But there are windows, pun there, but anyway, there are times of the day where you can open your windows as a hay fever sufferer and be fine. You don't need to like be in a weird like damp stilted room.
Okay.
Thank you.
That makes sense. Thank you.
But you can get in touch with me, Brent, have my details, and we can have a proper chat about it. Hay fever is debilitating and no one needs to be living like this.
And we will be inviting you into the studio as a guest very soon. Yeah,
I'm excited about speaking to like our community about health and so on, because people just think, oh, nutritional therapy, you're going to tell me to eat broccoli, and I will. But also, people don't know that I will talk about hay fever and hormonal health and anxiety and stress and mental health and all that kind of stuff. So.
Beautiful.
Dope.
All right, thank you. Have a blessed day and see you on Sunday.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
All right,
bye.
All right.
Girlfriend.
Beautiful. So make sure you holler at her, Gina.
No, I'm going to have to. I got no excuse now.
I got some stinging nettles in the back.
Do you?
Yeah.
You know how to properly...
Nope.
All right, then.
We're not going to go down that road.
All right, cool.
All right, so let's get into our first headlines.
All right, so our first headline takes us to the Prince of Wales, who has come out and said the Windrush generation's contribution to Britain cannot be overstated, as he expressed gratitude on the 75th anniversary of the crossing. The HMT Empire Windrush first docked in England on June the 22nd, 1948 at Tilbury Docks in Essex, bringing people from the Caribbean who answered Britain's call to help fill post-war labour shortages. So this wasn't people trying to get in here because this is the land of milk and honey. Britain needed black people, and they came and answered the call. So he's showing his appreciation. William said Britain is better today due to their descendants, 100%, staying and becoming part of who we are in 2023. Unfortunately, though, a spin-off of this same headline, the BBC found out that hundreds of long-term sick and mentally ill people from the Windrush generation were sent back to the Caribbean in what has been described as a historic injustice. Formally classified documents revealed that at least 411 people were sent back between the 1950s and the early 1970s under a scheme that was meant to be voluntary. Families say they were ripped apart and some were never reunited. The UK government said it was committed to tackling the injustices of the era. A spokesperson came out and said, "We recognise the campaigning of families seeking to address the historic injustice faced by their loved ones and remain absolutely committed to righting the wrongs faced by those in the Windrush generation." The revelations, which echo the Windrush scandal, in which hundreds of Commonwealth citizens, many from the Caribbean, were wrongly deported, have sparked calls for a public inquiry into the repatriation policy. Those sent back were among thousands who moved from British colonies to the UK in the decades after World War II. They were known as the Windrush generation, just in case you didn't know, named after one of the first ships to arrive in the UK, which is the HMT Empire Windrush. And the last headline is about the thing that I feel like the whole world was kind of watching and trying to be staying in tune with. And this is about the Titan submersible. So we got news about it yesterday, pretty much. And unfortunately, all 5 people who had been aboard, which went missing near the wreck of the Titanic, have died. In a statement, OceanGate said, "We now believe that our CEO, Stockton Rush, Shahzada Dawood, and his son Suleiman Dawood, Hamish Harding, and Paul-Henri Nagolet have sadly been lost. These men were true explorers who shared a distinct spirit of adventure and a deep passion for exploring and protecting the world's oceans. Our hearts are with these 5 souls and every member of their families during this tragic time. We grieve the loss of life and joy they brought to everyone they knew." The remains of the Titan were found 1,600 feet from the wreck of the Titanic. The 5 who lost their lives, like I said, well, they're mentioning the name again. So yeah, man, it's been a tough time for these people, man, for their families. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the headlines.
All right. Sorry. Let's move into topic of the day. Five. I thought, firstly, you didn't give me enough time to prep. So I was even in the shower thinking,
Prep? What do you mean prep?
Oh, that email needs, sorry.
If the message was about DLT, you would have seen it.
Oh, first of all, what we're not going to do is get onto me because and even my sister said it yesterday, I go to bed early now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well done,
My
well
phone
done.
goes on Do Not Disturb at 10 p.m. Don't call, don't text, no social media. Like, I don't see after 10 p.m., generally speaking, I don't go on social. So and even with WhatsApp, unless I'm in the app, I don't get notifications. I'm trying to be a good woman.
That's good.
So
that's
I literally
good.
only saw it today. Do you know what I mean? I saw it and again, when I wake up in the morning, I'm not checking social media straight away when I wake up. So it's like, it's after I've done what I need to do. Do you know what I mean? Brent, you know how I used to before? I used to say, when you text me, I won't see it because I don't check my phone like that in the mornings when I'm like heading out.
But what were you meant to do though?
I'll just think about, yo.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were given homework.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But to be fair, I did go to her late yesterday. So.
After midnight.
Yeah.
Beautiful hours. You're annoying. You're annoying.
Well, for those who don't know, it's on the screen actually. But yeah, today's topic of the day is going to be centered around black men, right? And I kind of put out on Instagram, in the community, the question and kind of task people to kind of come up with 3 attributes of black men, 2 positive ones and 1 particular area that requires improvement, right? And firstly, I want to say thank you to all the people that contributed. Really appreciate it. Black men, obviously.
Much appreciated.
Huh?
I said much appreciated.
Yes, yeah,
Got some
100%.
good responses.
Yes, 100%, man. So there's loads. There was like literally loads of different things as well. And okay, we got a call already.
No, we don't. That's
No?
Mags.
Oh, okay. All right. So basically, there were loads, right? And so I was basically thinking, I think we may have to do like a 3-part thing to this, right?
Okay.
And because I feel like it'll be a very productive and edifying topic as well. And obviously after that, we will go into 3 attributes about black women. So Gina, do you have any? If not, I'll come back to you. That's right.
Please do come back to me.
All right. So, there were some obvious ones that I guess that people kind of mentioned, like good looking, and stuff like this, and you know, where swag, confident, and them type of things there. But the first one I wanted to kind of touch on, right, is dependability, right? Now, you guys obviously tell me what you guys think about this, right? And obviously, this is a lot of these things are going to be kind of general and this type of thing. There will obviously be exceptions and all this type of stuff. But I feel like that's a wholesome one, right? Because I feel like in the news, in the media, people's narratives, the experiences in life, a lot of the time, we kind of get pushed the idea that black men are not dependable. You know what I'm saying? Is this person correct in that
Dependable.
estimation?
Black men are not dependable in what sphere?
I mean, a lot of the time, women may perhaps say, you know, relationships.
Yeah, I was thinking
Family
the
responsibilities.
narrative is in relationships,
And family responsibilities.
maybe being a father,
You know what I'm saying?
being a husband. That's where the narrative of black men aren't dependable
Yeah,
lives.
exactly.
But outside of that, does it live anywhere else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No. I think a lot of the slack, so to speak, is in relation to like
Relationships.
and I guess fatherhood. But I think that's across the board. You know what I mean? It's like that's.
Put a mic in again.
Hello.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, you want me to lips the mic?
No, I wouldn't say
Okay.
it cut off.
Yeah. I think I don't think it's. I'm just trying to think outside of that, like. Yeah.
And funny enough, I randomly stumbled across this, I don't have the stats at all. But I remember Oprah, I saw a clip of Oprah talking about this narrative about black men as fathers and how she basically said, all of this is fake. Of course, we all know people who are not there, right? But the general idea that black men are poor fathers or are not there for their kids, that's something that's really been exacerbated. If you look at the numbers, that's really not the case. Obviously, that would lead on to another idea of like why that's even out there. But in terms of the whole thing about being dependable, do you guys feel like that's something that's actually true? Like whether you consider your own father, your friends, whatever.
Black men dependable? Yeah, to a certain degree, but I've got tons of examples where they haven't been dependable. So it's like, sometimes it depends on the individual, but I wouldn't pick out that trait as being something I would kind of like add to a box of attributes. But yeah, you know, black men are dependable, but it's like everything else, not always.
Okay. But what do you think about that?
As a stereotype, black men dependable.
Like, it don't stick out.
No, it doesn't.
It don't stick out.
What, that they're
Bad
dependable?
PR. Sorry. What?
What, that black men are dependable?
Yeah.
Or you say you don't see it?
That's never at the top of the list.
That's true.
But obviously, this is someone's experience. You know what I'm saying? That
Probably
wait a
just
minute.
is, isn't it?
So what, you think this would be something that we kind of need to move into areas of improvement?
For in general,
Yeah.
100%. That the PR needs to be, the marketing needs to get better. Yeah.
I think black women are much more dependable than black men. Because if you think about our friends, right, even just on a shallow level,
Scoundrels.
how many of them can you depend on? I mean, I know when the going gets tough, like they'll be there, but just everyday life, black men are a bit flaky sometimes. We all have friends that are flaky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's across the board, though. I think that's just playing into the stereotypes. The people in your life that are dependable are going to be black people too. You get what I'm trying to say? That. So I don't know whether it's. I don't see like the black men in my life as like undependable, if that makes sense. Like it's a mix. Your friendship groups are what they are. It's a mixed bag. You know what I'm trying to say? That there's people that are there's people that are not.
Yeah.
It's not specific. Like it's not like that demographic, like the black men in man's life. They're just undependable. That's not how I feel about. That's not even how I feel about black people in general. And my experiences don't tell me that. I've got bare black people that I can depend on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know whether I agree with all that or not.
I like that. And even you, Brent, yesterday, what did you mention as one of the things that the positive things?
That's me, but I know that
that's what I'm saying.
I'm a unicorn. People can depend on me.
Yeah, same
To keep
here.
my word.
Oh wait, they've got 2 unicorns in the same room. Do you see the mindset? That's how unicornism, same here. Like,
You're very dependable, to be honest. If you say you're gonna do something, you're definitely gonna do something. 100%.
So why can't that be the narrative then?
But
Because narrative.
no, but that's not the narrative.
Narrative is not based on.
That's
small sample
definitely not
size.
the narrative.
It
I'm
can
saying
be.
I'm not buy, like, I don't buy into the narrative. I understand that is the narrative, but I'm saying when I look at it, actually, like I don't put no stock in it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. That's what. But that's definitely the narrative, though. And I get what Brent's saying. We do need to fix the PR.
yeah.
You get me?
Okay, makes sense. I want to big up Shayla because she basically sent me hers, right? And she basically said the first thing she said was swag/confidence, right? Do you feel like that's something that is kind of unanimous and accepted across the board by all races? That when it comes to black men, swag and confidence reigns supreme. There's nobody. We're unmatched.
That's more stereotypes because you put a group of white people that will champion a black man and say he's got swag and all that, and then we'll buck and be like, "It's easy." Like,
No, but
do
you
get
know
what
what?
I'm trying to say?
But what I will say though, I think what I will say, and I agree with, is the fact that black people.
1 second, sorry. One second.
That was crazy.
We're trendsetters.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean? So I can agree with that. I don't think it's just black men though, but I do think the black culture, how like in terms of our swag, everything about us is reign supreme regardless. Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
So I think we're definitely winning, and that is rattling me.
All right.
I'm right.
Good morning, caller.
Hey, it's Shayla.
Hello, Shayla.
Hey,
How are you?
Shayla.
How y'all doing? Good morning.
Morning.
So the Iman, what's the peace to the God first? What's up, Iman?
Peace to God.
Peace to the God.
Peace to the God.
Peace,
God.
What's
That's
the
it.
math today, bro?
Peace, peace, queen, peace, queen.
I said, what's the matter today?
He said peace queen.
That's right. You know what
I'ma head
saying?
out.
Today's mathematics.
So it's two.
Go. So I was just going to drop.
No,
this
go
back
ahead.
fast.
What's happening here?
Today's mathematics is wisdom, understanding, all being born to power refinement.
Whatever that means.
Brother, man.
Sorry, Shayla, go on.
So is it two things that we love about black men and one for the need for improvement? Is that it?
That's right.
Okay. All right. I got it. I got you. So I think the first thing is that I love y'all swag and confidence. You feel me? It's unmatched. Other folks try to imitate it, but it can't be. I think the second thing I would say is that y'all have showed me that you can, that you're my protectors. I felt protected by the men closest to me. They stood 10 toes for me, period. Even, if it was some stupid shit going on with me and whatever was going on, everyone knew what it was. Like, these men were going to be there for me, period. I think the one thing that y'all need improvement on is being vulnerable or being willing to be vulnerable with the women in your life or maybe even your own friends.
So like in terms of the vulnerability, what does that kind of look like though? Because obviously men and women have different ideas of that, right? But to you, how would you kind of, if you were the person who could mold a man, right, and give him that attribute of vulnerability, what would that kind of look like? How would that manifest?
Ooh, molding a man, that's dangerous territory. But I think, to be honest, I think it's really being able to be vulnerable, like really feeling safe enough to really share what's going on with you. If I'm understanding, yeah, I think that's it.
You're going back to your first point, right? About the swag and stuff. Who has more swag in your opinion? American guys or UK guys?
That's a good question. I would say I would put y'all both equal, I guess.
Okay. Because there's a narrative out there that American men they overdo it a bit with the way they dress. matchy, a lot of brands. Do you know?
I think
you know what I mean?
you know what it is with me. I do prefer a London. Let me not say UK because it's gonna be London.
Yeah.
I have a thing for London, man. I love London swag, the way we dress. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Through and through. I do. Maybe it's because I'm not used to American swag,
Yeah.
but I do. Yeah, I'm a London babe. I love how Londoners dress, personally, but there's something about New Yorkers. You see, like the New York swag, like the way they talk, the way they like,
Yeah.
girl, let me weak at the knees. Literally, I feel like I'm a sucker for an American accent though. Like even Shayla, when you're talking, I'm like, yes, queen. I love it. Literally, everything sounds better personally. So, yeah.
You know,
I could have
all about the same.
an American guy that has London swag. That's my idol. That is my idol.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's just me.
I hear you. Well, thank you very much, Shayla, for calling in.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to touch on the positive, right? Because I think 3 or 4 different people mentioned the whole protective thing. Is that something that's undeniable, basically? Black men, protective.
I was gonna say yes, but
yeah, exactly. You lot's expressions are kind of.
No, just the way you said it, just the way you delivered
Okay.
it, just made me laugh. It's like you found something, it's in your bag. I was like, they gotta give us this one, right?
Gina doesn't seem convinced.
I mean,
Because like Shayla said, she's protecting our women. Somebody else said we have an inherent sense of protection over people we genuinely care about. Mums, daughters, sisters, close friends.
Yusuf, don't.
You know what I'm saying?
No, because I feel like you're homing into some past experiences where maybe men didn't protect you, and you're leaning on that.
No, do you know what? Do you know what it is? It's not that I think black men don't protect black women, but I think when I think about other races, I do, and again, maybe it's because this is the race that I'm in, so I can't really speak for others, but it does appear that we have a lot of conflict and it's very vocal. Do you understand what I mean? Like, even the whole dating out of your race and do you know what I mean? All of that stuff, it's like, it's heavy within our community. Okay. So for me, it's like being on the receiving end of that, I'm not going to confidently be like, yeah, they do you know what I mean? I feel like we defo rally for the man them, 100%. But I don't think, I don't know, the feeling isn't mutual, I don't think anyway, but I'm only talking from my, like what I observe and stuff. And do you get what I mean? But that's not to say that some black, I'm not saying all either. Do you get what I mean? But I just think if I'm thinking about like our community and how like things have been going over the past couple of years, and do you know what I mean? The conflict between black women and black women, and like the stuff that we see online, and do you know what I mean? So I don't know. But I'm on the fence basically.
But what would you define as protection then? Because it seems like you're steering towards.
Sorry, caller, 1 second. Yeah, sorry. One second.
Steering towards
no problem
dating choices. So if a black man doesn't choose a black woman, then it's
no, because that was. It's not even just that though, but just even the characterization of our women, and I guess that can come under dating, but like just even how we are perceived. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not exclusive to dating.
Yeah, no, I know. I just wanted to know what example you were kind of.
Good morning, caller.
Morning, how's it going, people?
All good, thanks. All good. What's your name?
I just wanted to say quickly, and this isn't an attack, just to go straight from my go, it's just an observation. But I did like how she put a disclaimer there that she doesn't know about other cultures. When one thing I don't like is when black people say we don't see this in other cultures. Because my thing is, unless you have friends in other cultures, we need to stop doing that, because I've grown up in East London, but obviously it's different cultures. There's plenty of fucked up stuff going off in different cultures other than us. And I think sometimes we are hard on ourselves without knowing how it is on the other side. And not to say that, because everyone else is fucked up, we can be fucked up. But it's more like the grass isn't always green. And like what Yusuf said, I think what happens a lot of the time is you'll see people follow a narrative where it's like, how do I phrase it? Because your friend's been hit with something, now you have to act like you've been hit with something. And that's not to say that we can't call out messed up behavior, because I'm all for it. I'm all for calling out bad behavior. But then it's like, some people be like, black girls be like, oh my gosh, what's happened to black love? Black boys don't love black girls. But then in the summer, you're going to so many trads every other weekend. It's not making sense. Some of you are going to so many trads that you're rejecting trads. You're like, rah, I can't even be bothered no more. I've seen bare girls say, rah, this trad is happening at this time, that one's happening at this time, I can't be bothered to go no more. But then all of a sudden, there's no black love. So which one is it? And it's not to say that you can't call out dickhead behavior by black boys. Because don't get me wrong, I do not tolerate, and I don't like when certain black boys chat shit about black girls. I hate it. And I've even I remember telling my nephews growing up, I don't care who you go for. If I hear you talk anything bad on black girls, you're going to see me. But then sometimes I feel like we put too much negative energy in the air in regards to like Twitter conversations, because it's not real life. Like I said, people be going to trads every other week and then saying, right, black love don't exist. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It don't make sense at all. That's all I'm saying. And like the whole thing of this other races don't have the issues. Let me tell you something, and I'm not going to speak too much on it before someone listens and gets offended. Yeah, my friend's Indian, and they've got a caste system there. I've got a friend. I'm not going to say what. They don't call it tribe, but I don't know. Basically, they have something similar to tribes. He comes from a section of the country where he even said in his country he couldn't move to his wife that he's with now, because they would have said they consider him too dark with his wife. And I was just like, I didn't realize it was that bad. Don't get me wrong, there's colorism in Africa, but he's saying like, no, there's literally people that have been like, your people, no, you can't marry this girl at all. And that stuff happens in other places. So then I feel like a lot of the time as black people, we are harsh on ourselves a bit too much. And we need to stop. Even like, I'll take Father's Day, just gone past, for example, yeah. If you look at the narrative sometimes, it's like black fathers aren't there. But then you'll see a thread on Father's Day saying, people tell us about your favorite Father's Day moments. And it was such a wholesome thread. And I'm thinking, so what happened then? I thought all these fathers were deadbeats and this, that, and a third. But now I'm seeing threads of girls saying, yeah, my dad did this for me younger. That's my best friend, this, that, and a third. And the next thing you know, I'm just like, sometimes I just feel like we let social media sway our narrative too much, and people don't want to speak about their actual experience. Because yes, there are going to be people that are dickheads, but stop aligning it with black culture. Sometimes someone can just be a dickhead and be black. You get what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of people doing positive stuff in our lives, but we always want to loud up the negative and not speaking the positive. And I think culturally that needs to change, because it needs to be balanced. I think people don't realize you can do two things at the same time. You can call out fuckery and then also say, do you know what? But at the same time, there's fuckery, but there's also people that's done this positive thing in my life, this positive thing in my life. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I think you're speaking.
Man said he sounds like Giggles, bro. I'm just trying, man. I'm trying, but listen, love the pod, man. You guys keep doing what you're doing, man.
Wait. Before you go, if you don't mind, because everything you said was like pure facts to me, and it was encouraging. So I definitely want to hear from you a particular thing that you think black men, as a whole, can improve upon.
See, this is where it gets techie, but what I would say is we need to speak more positively on black women aloud. Okay. That I agree with. I definitely agree with. But then at the same time, some people that's living successful, blissful lives with black women, either one, they're not on social, or two, because it's normal, it's like, I'm not going to shout out about something that's normal to me. Not in a bad way to say that you can't speak on positive things, but it's like, if I have rice every day, I don't need to tell you that it's my favorite dish. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just, that's what I like. I'm not going to be like, raw, rice and stew again, yeah, this, that. No, brother, I'll be having it every day. That meal holds me down. So it's a balance. Because sometimes I feel like when people be like, but this one's not speaking about black people in this third. And then it's like people will be going to asking people that don't even speak in general to speak out loud. Yeah. And like I said, there's a balance. And yes, and sometimes here's the thing as well. Sometimes there's positivity out there that we just don't loud up either.
Yeah.
So, but definitely, there's always room for improvement. Shout out my black women, we love you. There's always love, all of that stuff. But listen, man, not everything's gonna be out on social. Some people will be showing real love in real life, but because it's not on socials and now that up, all of a sudden that now disappears. I don't believe in that. You gotta put the phone down and live it, touch grass.
Yep.
And if you don't like the community that's around you, obviously easier said than done in communities that may not have as many black people. But if you're in a space where there are a lot of black people, go find the black people that benefit you. If you find that the people that are around you aren't good, go find the people that are good for you and spread love, man. Because it's enough of. I get we have to debate and everything, but sometimes it's enough, man. Touch grass and realize there's people that are black that are around you that love you.
100%, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Thanks for the
Thank you
call.
very much.
All love, man. Much appreciated.
Bless.
Stay love, people.
All right, man. Very wholesome call, man. I wanted to mention another one, that I got from a couple people, and this was about black people's resilience. Sorry, black men's resilience, right? Just being able to be in certain spaces and recognize certain hurdles, recognize certain obstacles and whatnot, but still like not lose hope, right? And still not only that, but thrive in that particular environment. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody, in fact, let me read something that someone wrote. Basically, they were just talking about the examples of basically how a lot of guys understand that there's a power dynamic struggle and a fight against nepotism, right? So often, to get to the same platform as a white male counterpart, they have to work harder and prove themselves. Society and institutionalized racism work against them, right? But I've met significantly wonderful men breaking barriers in tech, in finance, and especially in education. Very often, in my personal experience, being the only colored person on the team, they're ready to fight and definitely ready to succeed. And then the most beautiful thing is how they go out of their way to support their own. What do you guys think about that?
Sounds nice.
That sounds nice.
Nice and true. That's right. So, yeah, go on. What are you gonna say?
I'm saying, you got to put some positive. What's the words we're looking for?
Spin.
I said spin. Oh, Brent. Yeah, man, you got to put some positive spin out there, man. Definitely, I heard that.
But do you feel like that's something that in your own personal life that you feel like you've kind of shown as well?
What, like perseverance and that?
Mm-hmm. I know it sounds like a silly question.
No, but again,
But
I've not been in those. I've not been in those spaces. I haven't had those struggles.
Not even in those spaces. Just whatever space you are in, there's something in you that's made you look at the situation, see how difficult it is, but not run away. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
do what
kind
you need
of.
to
You
do.
know what it is? I don't see white people in that. If that makes sense. Like, I don't feel oppression in that in my life. I'm really in my own world. Like not bothered by that. No, don't bother me. Like these people ain't. I don't feel like these people are holding me back or holding me. No one can't bother me. You get what I'm trying to say? So when I walk around, I don't.
You don't really feel it.
Yeah, I don't feel like that. I don't care about these people. They can't do nothing to me. They don't bother me. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't walk around feeling like that. Like, oh, I've got a fight every day and rest of the day. It's all like I don't even. You get me? I don't subscribe to all of that. Like, it's not a stress on my head.
Are you? That kind of reminds me of one that was sent in by Von. Big up Von, right? He's in the chat as well. And basically he said, these can apply to black people as a whole. It's not really gender specific. But speaking from a black male perspective, we have an indomitable resourcefulness. So basically, he said...
They are resourceful.
Yeah.
Black people
You
are
know what I'm saying?
resourceful, bro.
This is it. He said, I've seen black
Get out of the
boys...
They'll make something out of nothing.
That's exactly what he says right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He says, basically, I've seen black men make the most of absolutely everything from young ages.
Yeah.
An enduring memory of mine is from my childhood in Africa, watching the kids in my neighborhood make the most intricate trains and vehicles from Nido and Tang tins. The wheels were made out of the rubber of exhausted flip-flops. And then the joy of comparing final designs. You know what I'm saying? Boundless. So we're able to just,
Yeah, no.
you know what I'm saying?
Men are definitely resourceful. 100%.
Okay. Brent, thinking about the same question, yeah. Off the top of your head, what's the first thing that you would say comes to your mind if you're talking about positive for black men?
Damn, you done that much to you?
I feel like Brent's going to come with a very strong one.
Have we hurt you? Have we hurt you, sir?
Stereotype. Black men.
Even if it's not a stereotype, something that you feel like you've experienced in more than a couple of people. Because I feel like what we're kind of realizing here is, right, there is a certain stereotype and narrative out there that's not necessarily true. And it's kind of either messing us up because it's making us believe that.
We're the last to break.
Hmm?
We're the last to break. Out of all of the races, we're the last to break. Yeah. Whether we come with, we look to fight for that until it is that we can't anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if it is, even if it's ego or pride, we will die by that.
That's comes under resilience. What?
Stubborn.
Oh, you putting that under that umbrella. And the thing is, stubborn's always taken as a negative term.
Yeah, it has bad PR.
Yeah. So I would say probably more resilience.
Yeah.
I guess than stubbornness.
Yeah.
Cool.
What Von said was apt, I believe.
100%.
We are really resourceful too, man.
You also said that we're tenacious. So when we're driven enough, we don't need a helping hand. You know what I mean? Just don't stand in our way. When the motivation is right, nothing stops us. Not a thing. I feel like this is particularly a black male trait because it's hard enough just existing as a black man in the West. But to achieve and to ascend, props to everyone doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's definitely something that everyone can kind of resonate with as well.
In terms of one area that needs improvement, do we reckon that we encourage bad behavior too much?
That's a very good point, you know.
We glorify and romanticize
Badness.
that stuff.
I think honestly, yeah.
I think that's a topic no one really wants to breach though.
Yeah.
We ain't ready for that
I
conversation.
can tell. There's a topic no one really wants to really talk about honestly. You know what I mean?
Glorifying badness.
Yeah,
We do that.
and encouraging badness.
Take the stage, man. This is your platform, man. Have the conversation.
But what, by myself?
No, we're here.
Yeah, no,
Lead it.
I just spoke. I just spoke, and now you got to give
what?
back. What are you talking about?
I think that's definitely a good idea that we need to touch on, right? But let's do it after the caller.
Good morning, Christy. How art thou?
Good morning. How are you?
Reel it off, babes.
I just wanted to piggyback Vaughn's resourcefulness in terms of just even specifically to black men. I feel like I will not deny their ability to show up in terms of even in spite of what they're going through, because I feel like it gets projected like they don't go through things and they 100% do go through things. But I think in the ability that they just show up, irrespective of what's going on, I highly commend that for them. Like I rate it 100% because they have a lot of pressure can be put upon them. So obviously, you know, they're meant to be leaders and all this kind of stuff. For the fact that they have to carry that, and I feel like their ability to just show up, get things done in certain aspects, I'm sorry, it's just bar none, and I love that for them. But also, it then kind of leads into why they would, like, people would say, oh, they're not being vulnerable. So I feel like obviously at the detriment of them certain times, it can lead into a negative. But I feel like it's hard to balance that. So for respecting them for that, also it then leads them for people to criticize and say they're not being vulnerable. But then it's hard for them to be vulnerable if they're having to show up in spite of all the time. So I think there needs to be grace given there, because I feel like if we're going to be asking them to show up in spite of and all of that kind of thing, then it's obviously going to be hard for them to be vulnerable in certain situations. So I feel like there needs to be grace given there. But I highly respect when they do show up in that form, and just even sometimes the ego and the pride and stuff like. But when they really show up in spite of, I'm sorry, just anyway, black men are unmatched. That's my opinion. They're unmatched. They ain't nothing like them. It's black all day, every day for me anyway. So,
Jeez.
but
where the horns burnt.
That's what I would say. But in terms of I'll say my improvement thing, which I sent you in the voice note. But in terms of improvement, I kind of feel like they it can be they don't. It's kind of like what? How do I say? It was to see the kind of bigger picture in terms of the way they view things. So I kind of feel like they it can be sometimes. It can be very like individualistic in terms of they're not really thinking about the bigger picture more so. So I don't know what example I can use, but I feel like they don't really like. It can be just more about them than it is about the bigger picture. So just in terms of community wise, but I feel like if they could do just think of the bigger picture more. I just think that we just be unmatched even more as a whole. Like them doing that would just move the community would forward the community so much better. But I can't really think of an example right now. But yeah,
I was going to ask you.
I just feel like just less individualism would say so.
Is that more so? I know you can't think of an example, but is that more so like in maybe like the workplace, or is that more so in terms of like the family and the community? That you feel like we're a bit too individualistic?
I think it can show up in both.
Okay.
But which I guess more so like in terms of like just, I feel like when it just comes to maybe issues and stuff, I don't feel like maybe think of the bigger picture. Is more of, okay, well, just go and do, well, if, I don't really want to bring it back to relationships because I really don't. I don't want us to head down that direction because I'm really trying to think of a clear example. But it's just more so like, okay, well, because I don't really, it's one of those, because I don't really think that way or face that way. They're not thinking of the bigger picture. So just like, I'm just doing me. Okay. And I just feel like if they actually thought of just the bigger picture, I think it would just move us forward. Sorry, I can't think of an example, but I don't know. I hope you can kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Can I ask a question? When you said that one of the positives is black men turning up in spite of what they might be going through, does that have a detrimental effect to their mental wellness after a while? Still having to
100%
conform or turn up because that is their rule?
Yeah, 100% does, and hence why black male mental health needs to be focused for a lot of I feel like they're not having that kind of conversations, and I feel like that's definitely needs to be pushed forward. So he definitely does have that's why I said that's why I said before, like give grace, because in them showing up in spite of, and the fact that they got to have a role, and they like if I'm depending on the black man and they're meant to be leading me, and they're going through stuff, they ain't got time to be like as the resourceful. That's where I feel like that's where the resourcefulness kicks in. It's like I got to get it by any means necessary, and that's obviously that's not me promoting criminality and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just saying, just like in just certain times, they got to figure it out. We've got to get it done. And for me, that's for me looking to them for that. I'm glad I can't lie, I'm glad I don't have to do that. I'm 100% as a woman, I'm glad I don't have to do that. Obviously, I know women, we say that, but me personally, I can't lie to you. As much as, I had done that in my life, but for them, I'm glad I don't have to, that's not a thing that I need to carry as much compared to them. So kudos to them for doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Christy, man. Appreciate it.
Bye. Have a nice day, guys.
You too. Before we go on to the thing you mentioned, Yusuf, I wanted to throw in another positive that I've seen pretty much like almost like 50% of everyone who submitted something say, and this is about black men's humour. How funny we are, how fun we are to be around. Yeah, man. What do you think, Gina?
You know, all right? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, you are definitely funny. I love black men.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you say that the best comedian is a black man?
Well, my comedian, yeah. I don't really. I'm not like.
Can you say it in a way where I could clip it, please?
Okay. I feel like.
Sorry.
I feel like the best comedian in the world is a black man. Can I get horns? Sarah. No, but black men are funny.
Yeah, yeah. And Fanan even wrote in and basically said the same thing, basically. Top humor. The funniest person I know is always a black dude. Put us together as just golden. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like sometimes we kind of use that humor to kind of protect ourselves, I guess, from the reality?
I was going to say mask pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. I feel like in general. No, most definitely. Oh, crap.
Mr. Marks.
Yes, sir.
What comes to mind, like when it comes to, I guess, positives about black men? And also, do you feel like that's something someone could say about yourself as well?
Athletics, man, they're fast. I'll take that as well. You get me?
Those fast twitch fibers.
Physical specimen. You get me? Got the fast twitch fibers. Dead there. Wait there. What's the question again? What's a positive?
Yeah.
Talent. Musically.
So they're rappers and bar players, isn't it?
No, but I just feel like when it comes to talent and entertainment, we like black men are leading, in my opinion.
Do you feel like, because obviously when you mention like talent, and even when you mention athletic, right? I feel like sometimes like we kind of we take it for granted, you know. Like that's actually something that we excel completely above every other race
and it's
by far.
It's natural.
And it's natural.
Yeah.
So why can't that be something that we can actually champion?
I think we do champion it.
No, as in like as a legit thing. Like, is it because maybe it's overwhelmingly leaning towards that side on an everyday basis that we kind of be like, nah, we can't.
No, it's
just
normal.
Yeah.
No, but it's not normal. That's why it's sick. Do you get what I mean?
It's true.
Because they ain't doing it.
It's probably because people make out like that's what you can do in it, so it diminishes it a bit. If that makes sense. Rather than looking at it as being so special, it's like, oh, that's what that's what you can do, kind of thing. So maybe it tarnishes it a bit.
Okay.
And the fact that resourcefulness is up there means that the intelligence levels are just through the roof. No.
Someone said intelligence as well, bro. 100%.
I just don't really bind any like stereotypes. Like I'm trying to work like what stereotypes are actually real. Like because bear them, they're put on us. That's what the stereotypes are. But none of the stereotypes could relate to anybody really. Like you know what I'm trying to say? Like what are the stereotypes that are legit real? Like.
So are you basically saying? Because I feel like stereotypes and like stuff like cliches and stuff, they're that way for a reason, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's because narratives being pushed, like the black fathers thing or this like the single fathers thing. That narrative gets pushed out there, and that's not true. And there's bare white man who ain't there in their families. Furthermore, just low averages, percentages in the populations of the country, there's going to be more of them than us. But that's not the narrative.
Yeah, but sometimes the narratives are accurate observations.
Okay, cool. So that's what I'm trying to say. Which are the accurate ones?
Our genes are wavy, and we are athletic motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's true. That's facts.
We can jump.
You can jump and run. That's big facts.
Yeah,
and it's worth championing.
Yeah, 100%. I know we spoke about it before, but the whole protective thing, I think that's definitely a legit thing.
Well, I just like that. I like that man are seen as like, as far as like the male species go, like the black men are like the dominant one as far as the physical attributes go. You know what I'm trying to say? And people will try and spin it into negatives and say, oh, man are aggressive and man are that or whatever. But I appreciate the fact that when there's a big black man there, you don't know what time it is. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you spin it, I like that you don't know levels. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, relax. You get me? That's lit.
What do you guys feel about compassionate?
black people compassionate? Actually, yeah,
Black
we are.
men. Black men.
What did
Black
you
men lack compassion.
Man said, what are you doing?
Oh, is that what you said?
Man said, what? Compassion. I'm going to go with that first.
Oh, speaking of compassion, quickly, you know the submarine people,
They lived.
they all passed away.
Oh shit, Sherlock. They was it's always like a mad. Huh?
Exhibit A.
What, like,
No
Set you up
compassion.
there.
Zero compassion.
Lined you up.
Go on. No, go on.
Oh.
Why?
Go on.
it's fine. Continue as you were.
Because someone did write in and basically say that's something that they will champion that black men have as a positive, that we're compassionate.
Are you lot?
I don't know why they went with that verse.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
You don't think
that's.
so? Do you feel?
Obviously,
do you
there's outliers. I think I'm compassionate, but
But you're a unicorn, as you said, right?
yeah. But as a whole, I feel like that's one thing black men probably lacking is compassion.
is that in what way? Do you feel like that's more so amongst ourselves, or do you feel like that's maybe to other races and other people, or just
I think.
across
we
the board?
definitely lack
I think
compassion to other
across the
races,
board.
though.
I think across the board.
What you say?
I said, we definitely lack compassion to other races. But even to ourselves, though, because look at the memes that come out, whenever anything tragic happens. Like, our sense of humor is skewed. Don't you think so? Like, there's always going to be, like, meme pages and, like, things that are out of line. That we take jokes too far. But again, I can only speak on our community because I'm not in other spaces. So I don't know what they do. But have you not seen the memes about the submarine stuff already?
Yeah, but is that just us though?
That's everyone. But
That's
I
everyone.
think that's linked to a lot of things, though. I think that's linked to, one, everyone's become numb to tragedy. Two, the internet is always a place where jokes are going to fly regardless. And when something is far removed from you, you don't take it seriously. The people whose family died, so the family of the members of the thing, they're making jokes online.
But that's
You know
the
what I'm trying
thing.
to say?
But what I'm saying is, for example, yesterday I saw a tweet and it was like, imagine like going through this like and suffering, and people are online making jokes about you. This is sad, and someone was like, "Sorry, sir, we're black." But that's my point. Like that was the response, and everyone was kiki after. Like, this stuff don't affect us. I was like, that's what I mean. Like,
I think like, well, to be fair, like the caller was saying, obviously we could say, this happens within a black space.
but yeah, that's what
We don't know if white people are also making jokes.
No, but that's why I said I
Also,
can't
right?
speak
Yeah.
on other spaces because I'm
I don't
only
know.
in the black space.
Yeah, but I do feel like black people do, especially online. But I don't want to base all my judgments on online. But black people definitely lack compassion, as displayed on Twitter and social media.
Do you feel like this may sound completely stupid, right? But tell me what you guys feel. Do you feel like sometimes when we do show compassion, some of us in the community will say that person's out of their mind for even thinking that particular type of way? I'll give you an example. The Queen dying, Princess Diana dying. Our parents' generation.
Oh, the way that we were like,
Yeah.
why are you not crying? Like,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it's true.
So when we display that level of compassion for people we don't even know.
Yeah, but then sometimes,
because there's levels- there's
sometimes it
levels to
goes too
compassion,
far
though.
though,
That's the
man.
thing.
Ghanaians are in Tottenham doing a funeral for the Queen. Like, that's not compassion to me. It's crazy, personally. You've all
why?
rallied up in your best attire, funeral attire. You've hired a hall. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's too extreme. Personally.
Why is compassion extreme?
The thing is, I'm not going to knock anyone's. If that's how you choose to grieve, that's how you choose to grieve in it. But there's definitely levels of compassion when you don't know someone or someone is a certain person, like, and what that person means to us. What does the royal family mean to black people, right? So for you to have that level of compassion for that particular realm of people, sometimes is a bit baffling.
Okay, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
But do you not feel like that same level of compassion would be shown for, look, I guess the whole world's kind of doing it, but like even for these submarine people, even for people who may be,
What in relation to how some of our parents grieve royalty?
not necessarily just grieve, just show some type of like empathy for like what
No,
these
because
people are going
those
through.
same aunties Gina's referencing, the way they would mourn or speak about the victims of the submarine tragedy will be very different from how they spoke about the Queen passing.
Okay.
Very different. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but there's definitely a difference.
Okay. All right. So let's kind of go back to the thing you mentioned before, right? Which is a real conversation, right? Obviously, we don't have all the time in the world, but just maybe touching it quickly. In terms of like black men, I guess, enabling, what's it you said? Enabling basically
Badness.
bad behavior,
Yeah.
stuff like this.
Yeah. Well, encouraging, egging on, whatever, however you want to frame it.
Do you know, again, no, but I feel like I can say this because it's mainly in our music. I feel like in our music, we glorify badness.
Yeah.
Like that one, I don't need to talk about other races because, and it's on a very huge platform. The whole world knows that we do.
Yeah.
So I think that in itself is an example of us encouraging badness. Personally, anyway.
Yeah, go.
What was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say. No, it just escaped me. Oh, man. Well, okay, cool. In like that whole encouraging badness thing, is that unique to black males though?
No, it's not, but we're talking about black men. That's why, you know what I mean? But that's across the board with men. So that could be a men conversation, but right now we're talking about black men.
Okay, cool. Well, okay. Somebody mentioned that we're always learning and we're always kind of willing to take care of our health. What do you guys feel about that? Because obviously learning doesn't have to be in the traditional sense, but always, I guess that desire to always kind of want to improve yourself mentally and physically. Is that something that you kind of think is true? You haven't noticed, or?
I don't know about the whole taking care of our health stuff.
You don't think so?
Nah, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't exclusively say that's a black man's thing.
Yeah, we run away from that.
Do you think that's the case with our generation, though?
As in, we will go run to the doctor when it is we think we need to. I would have a pain and I would be like, all right, cool, I'll ride that.
Yeah.
Instead of me going to the GP and see if there's an expedited way to basically remove this pain from myself.
Yeah.
I guess that's the resilience talking, I guess.
So basically that's something that needs to be in the, what do you call it? Areas of improvement. Cool. There was something else in the area of improvement, but I think I might save that for another day because I don't really want to go into the relationship area. But creativity, we'll kind of end with the creativity thing. What do you guys think about that? We're highly creative. I guess that kind of ties in with the whole talent thing, right? But do you feel like, and also resilience and
resourcefulness.
And resourcefulness, pardon me, yeah. Do you feel like there's so many? Is it really something that we can say is a black man's trait though? How creative we are.
No, I think creativity is not specific to black people. I think it's a human trait.
But amongst black people or black men, for example, do you feel like we all have that seed of creativity?
No.
No?
Not all black men, no.
I mean, yeah, obviously nothing's exactly like every single person.
Yeah, I know you're not talking about every single person, but no, I don't. Yeah, no. I know black men who are creative. If I was to pick a demo of people who I think are the most creative, would I necessarily say black? Would that come to mind first, black men? No, it wouldn't come to mind first. But I know black men are definitely creative, but I wouldn't say we're the most creative.
Well, who do you think the most creative is?
Probably in terms of like Chinese, Japanese. What area Asia is that? East? Is that East?
Yeah, I believe.
Is that East Asian? Yeah, I'll say. I think East Asians are very creative.
More so than us. Because in what areas would you say they're kind of creative, that kind of they reign supreme, that we kind of not?
Maybe art, maybe tech. I don't know. There's a few still, but I think art, tech, maybe new innovations, new ways of doing things. Yeah, those are a few that come to mind.
Okay. Just to kind of wrap up, yeah.
Before you go on, I think when you go into the more kind of rural areas of these black countries, you probably see more creativity than anywhere else. They've had to be
creative, innit?
Yeah, resourceful in order to basically like churn something out. The type of stuff that you can even see in, was it On the Wing? You get real creative in there, no?
What's them little boys from? I don't even know what country they're from. Little African kids. They recreate the movies.
Yeah,
Have you seen them? They run them. They run it side by side like the trailers.
Yeah.
And they're sick.
Yeah.
Like, and these men have made that from their backyard, but it's sick. Like, it looks like the kids are sick. They're definitely creative over there. I had to find that page. I don't know what it's called. The last one I said. Have you seen
I ain't seen them for quite a while.
I just see a new one. What's that film? Is it Extraction or something?
Extraction 2.
Extraction 2 just come out, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a mock up of the Extraction 2, yeah. And it's damn near perfect. They need an Oscar.
You said it was perfect.
Huh?
You said it was perfect.
No, it was damn near perfect, bro. Like, if you see it, listen, where can I find it? It's so sick.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, one sec. Oh.
Good point from Amy Snow Globe. She's saying East Asians steal stuff. Copycats.
All that kind of stuff. That just speaks more to the stereotypes that we play into, though, innit? Do we even know who's like really leaders in the tech spaces? Yeah. Like, is there even any safe like South Asians there? Like, that's just that's just another stereotype that we just. I'm not saying it's not true.
Yeah.
But I just feel like that's just something that we're just assuming. You get what I'm saying?
That's true. I think generally across the board here, there's so many things we don't necessarily know about ourselves. But I feel like there's a narrative out there that kind of makes us diminish how great we are in so many areas. Like, I know, like maybe sometime last year we were talking about are black people's genes more dominant, right? And people obviously kind of feeling some type of way about saying the truth, right? But I remember listening to, what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson, the scientist, right? And he was like, the reality is this, right? Black people's genes, I'm paraphrasing, right, are basically the most dominant because all of us came from Africa as a human species, right? So you have the most diverse genetic pool in Africa.
Yeah.
So yes, you may have the, so it's likely you have the most tallest people in Africa as well as the most shortest people. You also have the most intelligent people in the world in Africa.
Yeah.
The greatest sports people, whatever it may be. Everything that's great, yes, you may get the upper end as well, but everything that's great in this world, the apex will be African. If you look at people even in this country who excel in GCSEs, and as much as we've just come here from Windrush, just come here from migration, our parents come in, we're first generation, all this type of stuff. Like, who performs the best, like, ethnic-wise? I think they said is what, Nigerians? Igbo people specifically. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to, like, GCSEs and things like that. So there's so many things where it's kind of like, yes, we may not necessarily have the stereotypical narrative that, yes, we excel here and here. Yeah. But when you think about it and take the time, right, to actually interrogate these things.
When I was younger, I believed that Nigerians and Africans were, like, smarter than the rest.
Yeah,
like, leaps and bounds smarter than the rest. Like, I thought that if I went to school in Nigeria, I would be the dumbest person in the class. That's how smart I thought that they were. I thought that the not necessarily the curriculum was superior, but I just thought that they took education way more seriously than we did.
Yeah.
And they studied rigorously, and they were very much into their books. They're very book smart, very well read. So I grew up believing that Africans were super, super smart.
Exactly.
And that's always stayed with me.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like, honestly, this may sound biased or whatever, but I just feel like, honestly, in any area, that black people apply themselves, I really don't see anyone matching us. Anyone. I think the biggest problem we have nowadays is kind of understanding the greatness we have and monetizing and benefiting from it ourselves, as opposed to allowing others to exploit us, to continue to further their nonsense and keep us subjugated. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think we could learn from America. The way they've managed to brainwash an entire nation and feel as though they don't need anything else other than to think American, be American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And even other specific ethnic groups too.
Yeah.
And I think Christy pretty much kind of touched on that as well. Just us necessarily not thinking too so individualistic. Like maybe just, and even you mentioned this before about how we would be able to change things will be for us to kind of band it together and have one kind of focus, you know what I'm saying? One goal that unifies us all. Because when we come together, there's nothing that black people can't overcome, and not only overcome, surviving, but thriving and really just.
This is why Willie did what Willie did, innit? That's why he wrote the manifesto.
This is it. 100%. If you don't know what Ben's talking about, the Willie Lynch letters. 100%, man.
Yeah, without context, it did some kind of wrong, innit?
That's what Willie did.
All right, so let's enjoy this before we move on.
You were clinically dead 9 months ago.
Sorry, Mags has provided this entertainment, by the way.
You survived. You fought your way back.
Hello?
You just have to find out why.
These kids do this.
No.
They do bare films. They're cold.
We got a contract.
They must have some type of sponsorship deal, man.
We gotta move.
Everyone okay? Kids, you good? See the blood wings? It's sending me.
Do you know her?
No.
Getting you out of here, okay? You told me 5 minutes
How
and I
long did
fought
it
my
take
way
them to
back.
get to the song? And to edit it to get it to 18.
Let's find out.
No, why is that?
Yeah, man.
Always the plug, always the plug.
Alright.
I love that, man.
No, don't say
Big up the black man, woman, and child, man. Every
Amen.
time. But yeah.
Alright, let's get into our next headlines.
We had a caller.
Oh, crap.
Sorry.
Good morning, caller.
Sorry.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
You can.
We can.
Okay, brilliant. Hi guys. Just very, very quickly, before you guys move on, because you were just talking about what's it called? If black people can pull together as a community, and I think I just wanted to share like a quick example of like how that can be done. I don't know if anyone else watches like the American or the US Big Brother, but it's really, really entertaining. It's not like the UK one. It's just different. Anyways, so they basically they vote each other off, and historically, all like the white people would essentially vote off the oldest person first, and then gay people next, and then black people, or either way they'll get the black people out like very, very quickly, and they'll always target like the most athletic black man. And this is like how this has been done for like, I don't even know how many seasons. I think there's like over 20 seasons of it. And one season, I think this was like after the whole George Floyd thing, the network that does Big Brother said, we're actually going to make a commitment to have like 50% black people or 50% minorities on all of our like live reality programming. So Love Island, America changed as well. So basically one season had like 50% black people, and they all basically came together and decided that they were going to create an alliance, and they called the alliance like the Cookout. And essentially their plan was to get every white person out of the house and for them to be the last 6 people. And it's the first time it was done, and they did it. And it was really interesting because literally it was like the white people out first, and then after that it was other minorities. So like a Chinese guy got kicked out after that. And then after he got kicked out, he was like, I think something suspicious is going on. I feel like people are getting plucked off. And then after that, there was a mixed race person, and she was like, she was laughing. She's like, we're the only brown people here. She's like, wait, I'm the lightest person here. Does this mean I'm next? But she wasn't in the Cookout. So yeah, she was next. So they kicked her out next. And what ended up happening is like a black man ended up winning the whole show. So it was the first time that happened. So that just kind of shows what happens when we all come together and say, actually, what we want as a community is far greater than what we want as individuals. So let's all put to the side your own individual goals of winning whatever it is, this person or this competition, and just say black people, one of us, one black person at least needs to succeed, or we all need to make sure we're the last people standing. And it worked. So yeah.
Love that, man. Thank you very much for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries. Bye.
Speaking facts, man. Before we go, if you don't mind, Jay, I just want to read out something from Tariq as well. One of his positives were moral integrity and well-mannered. We have this in abundance from how most of us have been brought up, and I believe we use this in our day-to-day lives without even thinking about it. I think that's facts, man.
Yeah.
All of us show some type of level of respect to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. All right.
Sometimes too much.
Yes. So our next headline. All right. So our next headline: the UK will announce new partnerships with developing countries to support their economic resilience in the wake of climate crisis. The UK's Export Credit Agency, UK Export Finance, UKEF, will work with 12 partner countries in Africa and the Caribbean to allow them to defer debt repayments if they are hit by climate catastrophes such as hurricanes or floods. The announcement comes as the UK Minister for Development and Africa, Andrew Mitchell, represents the UK at the summit for a new global finance impact in Paris. Speaking at the summit for a new global finance impact in Paris, the UK Minister will announce that the UKEF has started discussions with these 12 partner countries in Africa and the Caribbean to add climate-resilient debt clauses to its new and existing loan agreements. And the clauses will allow governments to delay their debt repayments and free up resources to fund disaster response and recovery, with the first UK-led CRDCs expected to go live in the coming months. Next headline here is a trigger warning here. Some sad news in China, where at least 31 people are dead and 7 injured in the Chinese city of Yinchuan. Basically, a gas explosion at a barbecue restaurant Wednesday night occurred, which is horrible, man. The explosion was caused by a leak of a liquefied gas tank inside the restaurant and took place around 8:40 p.m. Among the 7 injured, 1 person is still in critical condition. The other 6 are being treated in the hospital for minor injuries, burns, and glass cuts. Local fire authorities sent 20 vehicles and more than 100 personnel to the scene, with search and rescue operations lasting until 4 a.m. on Thursday. Hope, they can sort that out and, comfort the families and whatnot. And the last headline takes us to Africa, where the president of Zimbabwe, Emerson Mnangagwa, on Wednesday filed his papers to contest Zimbabwe's upcoming elections, insisting that the closely watched vote would be peaceful despite complaints of an opposition crackdown. Speaking to reporters after lodging his application, he said the process is going very, very well, and I'm happy that Zimbabwe is now a mature democracy. Zimbabwe goes to the polls on August the 23rd to elect a president and legislature. Last week, 39 opposition activists were charged with demolishing the offices of the ZANU-PF party, which has been in power since independence from Britain in 1980. And earlier this month, 5 opponents were arrested for allegedly assaulting ruling party supporters. Critics have accused the government of using the courts to target opposition politicians and say there has been an increase in arbitrary arrests and repression. In recent weeks, opposition and the NGOs have also denounced measures adopted in the run-up to the elections as being contrary to the constitution. The opposition has complained about steep hikes in candidacy fees for the presidential elections, which have leaped from $1,000 in 2018 to $20,000 today. So yeah, that's it for the headlines.
Sorry, let's get into People's Journal.
All right, so welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. And it's not much to talk about at all today, man. The first thing is bloody annoying, which is what we spoke about yesterday. We were talking about the potential increase in the interest rate done by the Bank of England. And yesterday it was 4.5, and I thought it would go up to 4.75. But they've jumped all the way to 5%. big up the 5%ers out there. But yeah, this is not good news for for the people. And yeah, man, they're saying basically what the Bank of England chief was pretty much saying, obviously we're doing this to curb inflation, this and the third. But some people are basically warning that we may go into a depression based on these type of tactics that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're at that level anyway. But still, it doesn't really look positive at the moment. But we'll see anyway. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, have you guys noticed, right? Pay and display. They're all moving to like online now, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, more than 20 councils now are replacing all the pay and display parking machines with the apps. So if you ain't got no app now,
Which makes life easier for people like me anyway. I prefer apps, to be fair.
Yeah, same, 100%. But yeah, basically 8 councils, all in London, have already removed all their machines. So people, just because you ain't seen no machine there, don't mean
Doesn't
you can
mean,
say,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, 14 have removed some of them, but 8 councils have removed all of them, right? Councils are saying obviously this saves money by reducing the risk of theft and avoiding the need to upgrade the machines, which obviously ultimately will be passed on to us in some type of way. But charities say that the changes are disastrous for people without a smartphone, especially the elderly.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
I was literally about to say, who doesn't have a smartphone? But yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
So obviously people be aware of that. And the last thing I want to mention is the same thing I've been mentioning for the last couple of weeks now. And this is the Black in Business scheme set up by Channel 4 and Lloyds Bank, which has given 5 black businesses an opportunity to win £100,000 in TV advertisements and basically a TV advert too. Entries for this scheme close on Wednesday, the 28th of June at 4 p.m. So if you're interested or know somebody who's got an up-and-coming black business, even if it's already established, you've been going for a couple years or whatever it may be, or I don't know how many years, right? You can still apply, man, and benefit from this to take your business to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, people get involved. Just type in Black in Business in Google or in Channel 4, Lloyds Bank, whatever, and it will come up. That's it for People's Journal.
All right, let's get into sis. What would you do? Hi girls, I absolutely love this show. Please don't share my name because this is real for me. I thought the grass was greener and fucked around and found out that it wasn't. I think I've gotten it out of my system, but my conscience keeps fucking with me and won't let me rest. Basically, I've been dating this guy for 5 solid years and we were in each other's space 24/7, even formed a support bubble during the panoramic, and it got really samey. Over the last 9 months, I started at a new job and sort of fell into like with a guy that was my work husband. It was fine with balancing the morality and ethics of not taking it too far with the flirting, but last week it went left. We went to Scotland for the weekend to a work thing and I ended up having sex with him after getting drunk. Now, I immediately felt ashamed and that shame turned to self-reflection and I realised all I really wanted was to live a little but have no interest in leaving my man or getting with this one. The day after, all I wanted was to make it, so last night never happened. My work husband was furious as he's really been trying to pry me away from my man for time, and to hear that I was calling last night a mistake and didn't want it to be with him again, and that way he was upset. But forget him. My dilemma is that I can't seem to shake the betrayal from my conscience and I'm losing sleep knowing that I cheated on my man and regretted it. What do I do? Do I find a way through therapy to live with this, or should I tell him? I know him and he's going to leave me, and it took this to show me how much I really loved and valued him in my life. I want to keep this. I've learnt my lesson, but I can't sleep. I ain't gonna lie, girl. These are my confessions. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to bury it through therapy. I will never lie to you. I think it's a shame that it's taken this for you to realize how much you appreciate him in your life. But I'm here for holding women accountable, and you need to tell him. Why are you laughing? I know because do you know why I say this year? Because if you was a guy, I would tell you the same thing. Do you understand what I mean? And I don't. Yeah, I think you should tell him personally because he deserves to know.
When people send in dilemmas with this description, right, are they just hoping that the person it's about never catches wind of it?
Oh, I don't think this is bait though. Or are you talking about the whole going to Scotland for the work weekend?
Told us where you went, unless you didn't go to Scotland for the weekend. And
yeah.
Like to say you went to Scotland for the weekend, are you baiting up your spot? No. Anyway.
But yeah, I think you should tell him I'm here for honesty. It's going to be a very hard pill to swallow. But I think he deserves to know. I think you have to be accountable for your actions and take the L. And he might leave you, he might not, you never know. But I think give him the opportunity to make that decision. I don't believe in lying in a relationship. I don't condone cheating either. Do you get what I mean? That's just me. If he was my sister, I'd say the same thing. If he was my friend, I'd say the same thing. If you was me, I'll say the same thing. It's easier said than done though, and I know it's going to be hard, but your conscience is showing you already that this isn't something you're going to be able to live with. I don't think you can, to be fair.
What's she going to do, die?
No, sorry. Speaking from a regular cheater over here.
Oh, that's some rubbish advice, boy. If you love your man, she just told you he knows she's going to leave you. If you love your man and you want to keep him, if you want to leave him, then tell him, innit? If you want to keep him, shut him out, man. But you'll be all right. Sleep, man.
Sleep.
I think I'm going to dive into the middle of both of you. Because I can definitely give advice from both sides. But I'm gonna put on my take it to the grave, man.
Yeah?
Take it to the grave. I know that's not mature advice. I know. But
I'm not judging you.
That was great advice. Her advice was terrible. Her advice was actually terrible. This is why I gotta get their heart hurt. You really ain't built for this shit, boy.
We're not. That's why I can't do this shit.
Sad story,
I can't
man.
lie, you know. I'll crumble.
yeah,
And do you know what? Can I be honest? Do you know what it is with me? I like peace of mind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I genuinely do like peace of mind. And like, I hate having to like lie or like, I feel like stuff like that, yeah. You kind of, not saying that me and Yusuf had this conversation before on Meet Us when we were talking about, like, I used to be like, oh, the truth always comes out regardless. Yeah. And Yusuf was like, I don't think so. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it doesn't.
So
People who hold on to
me,
lies for their whole life.
I just feel like I just can't deal with like that burden of having to swallow the secret, yeah. And then it's like, you know, you might think you've moved on in life and you forgot about it and you've buried it, and then one day it might come back and you're just thinking, and then do you know what it is? I know that sinking feeling in my heart. That's one. You see that feeling? I hate with everybody in my body. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't. Yeah, you won't die. I hear it.
But
you just
on the mature side of things, right? If this is literally eating you alive and you can't sleep and it's affecting your mental and it's on your conscience heavy and it's not going away, right? And it's playing with your anxiety, then maybe the best thing is to tell him. If it's eating you up that much where you're affected and it's affecting your sleep and your day to day, then maybe you have to tell him.
I think it is eating you up alive because you've brought this here. If you could handle it, you wouldn't even write in and say, I want your advice. Do you understand what I mean? Because in your head, you're just going to keep it to yourself and take it to your grave.
You were not built for this.
Clearly.
You were not built for this. Because some women cheat on their man all the time and they don't even bat an eyelid.
Yeah.
They don't lose no sleep. They're built for that. You're not built for this. So, boy.
It's a shame.
No, it's a shame. It's definitely a shame.
Iman, what are you saying? Sorry.
I even said nothing. Do you know what it is? I think maybe she should ask herself, if she was in this position, would she want him to tell her?
But the answer is always yes on that end, though.
You know what, though?
Sometimes, okay, go on.
I'm not going to lie here. If there's no way I'm going to find out, like, really, like, okay, not this one, because this is someone that you work with, so it's kind of close to home.
Yeah.
But let's say you went to Bermuda.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you know what I mean? One of the local girls from there, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
The possibility of me finding out, the chance of me finding out is slim pickings. Don't tell me. That's just me.
No, I hear that.
Do you get what I mean? But if it's the case, to me, this is quite close to home. This is someone you work with. This is someone that I might even end up meeting one day, like based on like a work event or whatever. We might even bump into him down the road, all of that kind of stuff. This situation, respect me and tell me. And that's how I would see it. But if it's you know what I mean? That's just my thinking though.
Right.
Have I got something mistaken regarding therapy? This whole go to therapy and bury it. I thought we were supposed to unpack stuff and fix it.
That's the thing. I don't see her going to therapy and burying it. And I think your therapist will tell you. Your therapist will tell you.
I don't think this is a therapist situation.
This is some secret like level.
No. Like I don't think my therapist tells me to unpack anything I've buried. Sis is trying to and dig. So I don't think. But maybe I think she means going to therapy to talk about it with a person who's not obviously in her space.
But unpacking it with a therapist might help you come to terms with it, and maybe it'll help you not tell him, or their anxiety and you not be able to sleep might pass if you're able to talk about it with somebody.
Yeah.
No?
It can go either way.
Yeah, it could.
But I do believe that things don't always stay buried.
Listen, this work husband thing is real, you know. Scary times.
So because it may not stay buried, that's why it should be exposed. Not because it's just the right thing to do. If you
No, I'm saying it should be. I think it's the right thing to do,
cool.
but I also don't think things can stay buried. Things that are eating you up alive. If it's something that you can come to, that you are okay with, of course you can bury it. Do you understand what I mean? But I feel like things that you're not okay with, I don't think they always stay buried, personally.
Yeah.
Also, I'm intrigued to know how long it's been since this happened and you sent this dilemma in. Because let's just say it's been a month or two.
How do you feel now?
Who knows? In a year's time, you may be better placed to just live and forget. I mean, but right now it's heavy on the heart. But give it a few more months, you might be fine. I mean, the urge to tell him may have passed. So maybe give it a bit more time and see how you feel. You know what I mean? Also, I know that's not good advice, but
I was going to ask you, she said, I know him and he's going to leave me. Yeah, cool. And it took this to show me how much I really loved him and valued him. Why did it take this?
Because now the thought of losing him is a lot more real. It's more realistic. It's annoying, but it's humans, isn't it?
also, is this I know people word things differently, but is this a man? I've been dating him for 5 years.
It's her boyfriend, I think.
Okay, because I thought,
Yeah,
why would you be dating someone for 5 years?
it's her boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a shame. Like I said, his value in your life has been heightened because now the thought of you losing him is sending you. Do you know what I mean? It's a shame, man. As humans, we need to value things a lot more in the present, but I saw it go.
But if there's no way of him finding out, absolutely no way, take it to the grave, love. Fuck it.
Okay, well, yeah, like
Take it to the grave.
That's it. Brent, I didn't ask you. What's your advice, bro?
I think this sounds like something that was asked on the receipts a couple of weeks ago. And the girl was, like, she wasn't able to flip in sleep. It was affecting her sleep. So the only option is unburden yourself. Or just be a zombie. Have problems with sleeping.
But that insomnia may not last forever, innit?
Well, for as long as it is that she had the problem, it didn't work. So she was still not able to sleep. So I don't see there's options here. I like sleep.
So see, this kind of ties in. Yeah, it's not exactly the same, but it kind of ties into what we were talking about yesterday about being selfish and being more individualistic and stuff. Yeah. So are you saying that person should tell the partner because of how it benefits them and not the other person?
Can I be honest?
Yeah, 100%. Everybody should be
the other person,
selfish.
though.
What?
No. I said telling the person isn't really going to benefit them. I guess long run you realise that the person you're with doesn't respect you and rate you in it, so you can decide whether to save them or not. So fair enough. But I feel like in that moment, it's not beneficial information.
You don't think so? What if that person was having doubts about you anyway? This is what they needed.
It's beneficial when he put himself in a situation and he's like, I need to know that you've been being stupid because now it gives me a reason to.
With me?
That's what he just said though.
No, I'm
looking for a reason to leave.
You raggedy ass.
No, because you just never know how people take the information. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So, yeah.
He might even come on the up and do my thing too. Trapped in the closet.
He'll probably use that to his advantage if he has been, and just play the victim.
Facts.
Yeah.
Is there like a really, really deep, dark secret that y'all are still holding today? Some of y'all have even forgotten.
How do we get here?
Deep and
camera
dark.
from me.
Oh, so basically there's a secret that E-Man has.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because you said get that
finger just
camera off
went,
me.
My
so-
finger just went there. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that for myself, to be honest.
So you got one.
I'm saying that for myself.
So you've got
I
one.
hold secrets there. Do you understand? Anybody comes to tell me a secret, I'm holding it. It's not my secret. I'm keeping people's secrets. So I'm asking you personally. No, I'm going around the room, to be honest. I keep doing this. Let me look at Margs instead. Yeah?
Thank you.
Gosh.
What's that?
Is there a secret that you're holding right now still? You may have even forgotten this secret because it was way back when. Or it could have been last week.
Also, it's a secret that nobody knows, or the majority of people don't know. Is it
Nobody that
nobody
matters.
at all?
The person that really matters, as in you're holding it from, like they don't know.
Yeah, of course.
But it's really dark.
Not dark. How dark we talking?
I'm talking about dark.
I don't have no dark secrets like that.
Can you keep dark secrets?
I can keep any secret. People say dark secrets if all things come to the light. That's lies.
Also, define dark. Give me an example of dark.
Okay. Wow.
Brent's
been activated. He's awake now.
No, literally. 'Cause this is beyond me.
Oh my goodness. I'm not even playing this game. I'm not even going there.
No, just give me an example of what is a dark secret to you.
For example, maybe something to do with your family, a family member.
Like
happened way back when.
Are you asking me if this is?
You asked me to give you an example.
Yeah, but you didn't give me an example.
I can go anywhere with that. Like
No, but
something
I'm
that
saying,
happened.
no,
Let's say
actually, give
something
me a
happened in your
specific-
childhood.
Yeah.
And you've kept it. I know sometimes when you were talking on the pod, you were kind of sharing things, and I was like, wait a minute.
Don't start this again.
You know what?
Wait a
Don't start this again. Don't start this again. You sicko.
I was like, wait a minute.
No.
No.
Let's unpack this.
Funny thing, I was talking about that the other day actually.
I remember that episode like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Literally. Oh, good times.
Yeah. No, but I mean, give me a specific secret. Like, for example, okay, cool. For example, finding out that your father isn't your father. Like your mom knows. She's kept that a secret her whole entire life. That your dad isn't your dad. That's a deep, dark secret to me.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like specific.
All right, suppose you like beat up your baby brother, and there were bruises on his skin, and your mum back then asked like, what happened? And then now, like your brother now has like an indent in his foot. And he's walking all funny.
Yeah.
And you've known for years this was you. And you're like, I ain't say
You're
shit.
jarring.
Probably all have that.
Imagine.
Like, for example, okay, cool. How many of our parents know about all the stuff that we've ever got up to in our lives?
Impossible.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, for example, my parents have no idea. So, most of my secrets are probably kept from my parents. My parents aren't aware. For example, I've been arrested before a couple times. My parents never knew about any of them.
They don't know. I'm joking.
You know what I'm trying to say? So, I think if I do have secrets, they're definitely kept from my parents.
Okay.
Because I didn't let them know about anything that I got up to, really.
Yeah, I do. I would advocate for certain things being kept until it is you're dead. Yeah.
But I don't have any dark secrets now.
Especially if it ain't hurting nobody and sharing it would hurt people. And if it is, you're comfortable with it. And sometimes, like I said, you forget that even happened, and it becomes like this never happened. It couldn't be. Couldn't have happened. Possible. Not me. All right.
All right, so yeah, sis, that's the advice. You can go whichever way you
What's
choose.
the advice?
No, obviously, you didn't. I said you can go whichever way you choose. Obviously, I'm telling you to like own your truth.
Yeah.
Mark is telling you to take it to your grave. Yusuf is telling you to take it to your grave. E-Man didn't tell. I don't know what you said. Brent said if it's affecting your sleep and you can't sleep, sis, unburden yourself. So please do let us know which approach you decide to take.
Has someone ever come back and given us an
No,
update?
that's the thing. No one ever
before?
does.
No.
What about
No,
that
there was
one?
the Chris Brown one, the Chris Brown surprise one.
Yes.
Apart from that one, but there's been a few more we've asked about, right?
Yeah, but no one's ever come back.
Remember the other guy though, the one who was who cheated on his girl at uni or something.
And he asked for Mark's advice.
Yeah, and he wanted to get back with her. I think he asked for Mark's advice. And then he was like, oh, like she was the one type thing. Da, 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 da. Should I really try and keep going after her? And
Did he come back?
Yeah, he came back. He said, you know, I left her. And I'm doing better for myself now. Yeah.
Do you know who I want to hear back from? Do you remember the one we had where she...
Sometimes a good breakup will get you back on your feet, you know?
You know what I'm saying? I
Don't we
got
know
a
it?
job. I got a new car. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Yeah, sorry, go on.
But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I was just saying.
He
He
got a new job, a new car.
got a new job, new car, and he just feels good about the situation. Obviously, he doesn't feel good about what he did, but he's kind of moved on, and he's kind of thought, you know what, this is something that I had to deal with. In it, these are the consequences of my action.
Yeah.
But at least I've turned around, and you know what I mean, getting on with life.
Okay.
So, yeah, man.
All right. Let's get into our next set of headlines.
All right, so there's a bit of a trigger warning here, and basically it's about a Metropolitan police officer who sprayed a man as he climbed down a drain pipe attached to a high-rise apartment block, right? And he's basically been convicted of assault. PC Luke Wenham is 31, forced entry into the man's flat on the 12th floor of Albert Barnes' house in Southwark to arrest him on suspicion of robbery. But when the man climbed out of the window and went down the drain pipe, Wenham reached out and squirted him with the spray. The man managed to reach the balcony of another flat on the 7th floor when Wenham sprayed him again as he climbed over the railing and continued down the roughly 15th floor building. Crazy, right? Wenham of the Central South Basic Command Unit was found guilty of two counts of common assault at Westminster Magistrates Court on Wednesday after the incident in August last year, following an investigation by the IOPC. The IOPC director, Steve Noonan, said Wenham's actions could have caused the man to fall to his death. He said at the time he was sprayed, the man was not posing any immediate risk to the officers or anyone else. You know what I mean? At least they're kind of, you know, being honest about this. We see this in America all the time, where certain people's just actions, there's no thought behind them, and at least a black man dying in it. I don't know if the man here who got sprayed is black, but at least this guy has been dealt with. And the next headline, trigger warning here, very sad news. And basically, a woman found dead at a house in South London has been named as 76-year-old Nelly Akomah, as police investigate a possible burglary at her home. Officers were called to Ladbroke Road in Croydon at about 10:40 a.m. on Wednesday, where the woman was found dead by paramedics. Nelly was active in her church, and police said that her loss would be keenly felt by many people. Detective Chief Inspector Kate Blackburn said at this stage we're investigating the possibility that there was a burglary at Nelly's address. I must stress that our investigation is in its very early stages and we are working to establish what exactly happened. Police appealed for anyone in the local area to come forward, including any drivers with dashcam footage. Again, DCI Blackburn added, I want to reiterate my appeal to the wider public. We need to know what led to Nelly's sad death. If you haven't already spoken to officers and you could have information, footage, or anything that could help our investigation, please do so without delay. And the last headline takes us to Sierra Leone, where we spoke about this the other day, where Idris Elba came out and basically pleading with the people, encouraging them to have a safe voting, basically, a safe vote on the weekend. And according to BBC, residents in Freetown, which is the capital, I pretty much said that people are rushing to markets, right, to stock up on food ahead of the elections. People are kind of anticipating it not going too well, innit? So it follows a standoff on Wednesday between the security forces and supporters of the main opposition party that reportedly left at least one person dead. Businesses shut down briefly amid the chaos, and there is now a palpable fear that there could be further violence after Saturday's polls. A spokesperson for the opposition APC, or People's Congress, told Reuters news agency that one of the party's supporters had been killed by the police. An unverified video of the chaos showed an unconscious man who appeared to have been shot in the neck. Police Director of Operations Mohammed Brema Jah said no shots have been fired by officers, accusing the protesters of firing the shots. The person said 2 from a pistol and 3 from an AK-47. But local media say about 66 people have been arrested. Again, the trouble started after the APC called for a demonstration over allegations that the Election Commission's electoral roll was incorrect, which is around 3.4 million people are basically registered to vote. So they're basically saying all of them figures are kind of skewed and whatnot. And for those who are unaware, the election is the fifth. It is the fifth election since Sierra Leone's decade-long civil war officially ended in 2002. It was a particularly brutal conflict with 50,000 deaths and thousands of people estimated to have had their arms and limbs amputated. The president, Julius Maada Bio, is seeking re-election for the second and final term in office. His main challenger is from the APC, Samara Kamara, who came a close second in the last election in 2018. And yeah, man, I guess one of the biggest campaign issues that he's been talking about, or both sides have been talking about, is basically the soaring prices. Inflation apparently in April reached about 43%. Crazy.
That is nuts.
You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with 8.7, dealing with 43%.
Oh, wow, okay.
So yeah, and that's it for the headlines.
Before we move on to the next segment, sorry, just quickly, did anyone listen to the Stormzy and Fredo track? If not, we'll talk about it next week.
No, I haven't listened to it.
Should we wait on this week? We'll wait on this week.
No, no.
Yeah, cool. All right, thoughts?
You've heard it, right?
No.
I like it.
You like it, yeah?
It's not my favorite track. Fredo's verse was good.
Yeah. I think I preferred him.
Like Specs.
Oh, you like Specs? Little acting?
Yeah, it's cameo.
Yeah, little cameo.
That was the highlight.
Yeah, that was good. That was surprising. Who was that in that scene? It was Wretch, Specs, IVD, and obviously Stormzy, Fredo, and someone else. Yeah, that was cool. Shout out Specs.
And was it that woman that's on Good Morning Britain?
Yeah, I mentioned that yesterday. Alison Hammond. Is it Alison Hammond? Yeah, she was in there as well. Yeah, no, I like it. I like the song. I feel like whenever the big juggernauts connect, the Dave, Central C, Stormzy, they always the tracks kind of similar. Similar kind of setup. The beat's dope. Both of them smack the verses. Chorus is cool as well. Video's nice. Nicely put together. I feel like Stormzy's really leaning into this fashion bag with Mel. You can tell that whenever he has a video now, she has styled him for the video, and her styling him is a USP, and it's something to highlight. Because even she highlighted it as well after.
Okay.
With some posts
I
on
heard
socials.
Dave made a beat.
Oh, Dave made the beat?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
And the bit where he says, or he lets the goat go bear, whatever. Is that supposed to say like great or goat?
The goat go bear,
huh? Part of the hook.
Oh,
he lets a sound effect finish the verse, finish the hook.
I think I need to hear it again. I don't remember.
Okay, but it's like a goat.
A goat noise.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
He's implying that he's the goat.
Yeah, but it should be great.
Oh,
because
okay.
of the
Okay.
Yeah. So like, okay,
yeah.
cool.
No, it's dope song. It's a good song, man. I like it. I haven't seen the feedback from the Twitterverse yet, but I'm going to check that today over the weekend, and then we can have a more in-depth discussion about next week. But also, just a heads up, if anyone's interested as well, Young Thug released an album today. Obviously, you had the Gunner last week, now you got Thug today. It's called Business is Business. 15 songs. You got Drake on there twice. So, you big Drake fans over here. You got Drake on there
Young
twice.
Thug in jail.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this was music he had recorded already.
Cool.
Yeah, unless he's on a Vibes Cartel kind of vibe. So I'm assuming a lot of this was recorded already. You got Drake on there twice. You got 21 Savage on there. Lil Uzi Vert, Travis Scott, Future. So yeah, I'm gonna listen to it, and we can talk about it on Monday, or next week. But yeah, I just wanted to add that in before we move on.
Lovely.
Go on, G. What are we saying?
All right, let's get into our favourite segment.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
The reaction.
Cool. Let's start on Declan Rice. Yeah. So Manchester City have entered the chat now. Yeah. So I'm gonna read out. So have you heard of DiMarzio?
Really?
You heard of DiMarzio, right? So DiMarzio said yesterday that Declan Rice is now leaning towards signing for Man City. How true this is, we don't know yet, right? So this is the report, right? So Man City currently want to offer 75 million in 2 installments plus 50 million in add-ons for Declan Rice, right? Which are thought to be realistically achievable. This is understood to be a better overall package than Arsenal's previous rejected bid, who offered the same amount of money right? But in several installments and less achievable bonuses. That's the same thing with Mudryk, right? Arsenal offered the same amount of money, but their whole package was less appealing in terms of the number of installments and whether or not the bonuses were achievable. Like, for example, we'll pay you extra 20 million if he wins the Ballon d'Or. Like, Arsenal put in those silly... That was an example, but Arsenal put in harder bonuses, right? So, what are we saying? Man City are in the chat now. Their package is deemed, more realistic and more achievable. If I'm telling you this, I don't really my desire for Declan Rice isn't the highest, right? But it's not even about that at this point. If Arsenal go after their main target, and lose that player again, it's showing serious ineptness, bruv. Like, being dead serious. Like, if Arsenal don't get Declan Rice, it's a big, big problem. Yeah?
It's just because you ain't moved like this since... This is your biggest signing probably since what, like Sol Campbell or something? This is massive.
Like, it's a big problem. It's showing a lot of frailties in the back office. If we publicly go after someone that we want, whether or not we want him or not, you said you want him. This is your number one target. Yeah? Like I said yesterday, it's not about paying over the odds for the player, but get it done. Get it done. What's all this about unrealistic bonuses? Because Man City are offering the same amount of money. It's not like Man City have offered way more money. They've just offered a more realistic package.
So you talk about the add-ons are more realistic, not the fact that they're paying
add-ons
the
and
bulk
installment.
in two.
Yeah, that's better. That's better as well.
That's the main thing, right? The bulk in two. Suppose we are spreading it because we want to comply with FFP.
That might be the case, or we just don't have the money.
But if we don't have the money, then I can't afford them for it.
Okay, cool. My argument is I think we have the money, but for whatever reason, it could be FFP, but I feel like Arsenal just always try to do shrewd business. They're always trying to keep. It's just I think it's penny pinching a little bit.
All right. No, I do believe that we might get Declan, right? I do believe 100%. As in, not 100% we'll get him.
Yeah.
I believe that we'll get him. But if we're stretching the payments across a certain amount of years because we know that we have to get in 3 or 4 more players, would that become more, all right, fair enough, I hear what you're saying because we really need that squad depth.
Yeah.
Would you be a bit more lenient on them if that was the case?
No, because sometimes you just have to overexert yourself just to get it done. Right? Just overexert yourself a little bit just to get it done. You can't keep publicly chasing after players, right? And then having them snatched away from you. Like losing out on your targets. It's happened too much for history, innit? It's not a good look. Image-wise, branding-wise, it's not a good perception to have that Arsenal are just little man. For example, Man City let us put 2 bids in before they even jumped into the race. And again, I'm not, don't get me wrong, I want Declan Rice, but personally for me, I don't love Declan Rice. So I'm not like, Arsenal must get Declan Rice. But because I know Arsenal want Declan Rice, that's why I'm perplexed that someone that you want, right? You're at the brink. Maybe I'm overreacting, right? Of losing him because of things like unrealistic bonuses, pay structure. Again, Man City didn't offer 150 million. They offered the same amount of money as you. They're just being more realistic with it. Why can't you be realistic then?
I don't think I disagree that it's the realistic add-ons that is the...
No, it's both. It's both.
Yes, the main thing is the pay structure. How much they're giving West Ham.
Up front.
Yeah, up front. And then they're saying they're going to pay off the large part of it over 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's suggested that we're stretching out to 5 years.
Was that the rumour?
Yeah, if we're able to do that, I'll be like, fantastic business, Arsenal. If it's 25 each year that we're looking to give them, fantastic business.
No, good business is always applauded when you get it done. So if Arsenal were able to get Declan Rice and pay over 5 years, I'd be like, round of applause.
But in my head, I'm also thinking the reason as to why they've done that is because they initially communicated that this is what it would take in order to get the job done. And they've moved the goalposts because they know Gundogan's going.
Yeah.
Man City's going to come in. So
Yeah.
let's wait patiently. So it's a bidding
Of
war.
course, this is what West Ham wanted. West Ham don't really care if he goes Arsenal or Man City. They
and-
just want the most money and the better package for them.
Yeah. But I'm still on the side of I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I'm still on the side of we just have to rely on whatever information comes out or is put out. This is what Arsenal's doing to basically get the fan base getting vexed.
I don't mind
putting pressure on Arsenal
because this is all we can do.
This is I've got inside information.
All right, cool.
Let's go,
Wait,
let's go.
exclusive.
Yeah, Declan wants to go Arsenal.
Okay,
that's where he wants. That's where his head's at.
That's not insiders.
No, I've got someone that
Talk it
professional
up.
who spoke to him
Talk it up.
last night. That's where he wants to go.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Arsenal.
That would take long.
Arsenal need to put the bid in and need to do what they're doing. Arteta spoke with him. They know. That's where he wants to go. He wants to go.
That's why they're moving like that because they know that the player.
But they're not doing what they need to do though. And obviously now, like Pep's in the chat, it's something to consider. You get me? If he wanted reassurances that Pep's gonna stay for a couple seasons, Pep said he's gonna run out his contract. He's gonna stay to the end of his contract.
2 years, isn't it?
So now, obviously, it's City in it. Now there's
now there's two horses in the race.
Yeah, now there's two horses in the race.
Basically.
But he wants to go Arsenal though.
No, I believe
I was under the mindset of that. Now City is in the chat. Yeah, you are done. That's what when the story broke. Yeah. That's just the mindset that I had. So now City's here. You are done. What are you gonna do? You are done. But you ain't done though.
I don't think we're done.
No, you're not. You're still in good stead. You just got to just free up the cash.
I'm afraid that will Arsenal drop the ball because this player wants to come to you in it. But are you going to drop the ball? And will the fact that City come to agreement with West Ham, right, persuade you? And who knows? We don't know what personal terms are going to be. We don't know what
City will probably get their first bid accepted. That's the wickedest thing.
What wage package
they've seen Arsenal to get 2 bids rejected in it, so they're not going to go down that route. Oh, actually,
no, remember this hasn't been official yet, but this is reportedly what they're going to offer.
Yeah, but they haven't put it in yet, though, innit?
No.
Yeah, I'm saying they could be in a position where they actually get their first bid just accepted because they've seen Arsenal pussyfooting around this, so you kind of can gauge an idea of what's going to run and what's not going to run, innit?
But the thing is, players can force moves, innit? So if Declan says, "I'm not going to City, I want to go to Arsenal," you have to come to some type of agreement with Arsenal, then they have to get it done.
Yeah, but it's City. I don't, obviously, even though that's his preference, I don't think he ain't going to down that hill like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. He may not down that hill and say, you know what, it's Arsenal or nothing. Make sure you get it done with Arsenal. He might be like, you know what, City, I'm going to win trophies. I'm going to get paid probably more money than I do at Arsenal anyway. Yeah, it's not a bad second choice. Right? It's not a bad second choice. Going to play for Man City. Almost guaranteed trophies. No, it's not bad. But I know playing for Arsenal, winning at Arsenal to me, there's a lot more history there. There's a lot more heritage there. I feel like it means a lot. To win the league at City, yeah, you're going to win the league, but
he's not starting at City. Rodri's in this position.
There you go as well. He's guaranteed to start. I don't like this whole thing about he'll be a captain next season though. But
no, he's not going to be.
Yeah, but yes, he's going to be one of the first names on the team sheet.
He will definitely be like a force that Xhaka was.
Yeah,
which was a leader. So it's good.
And also, are they going to get rid of Calvin Phillips?
I think Arteta's definitely told him he can be captain of the.
No, he has. Arteta's licked his balls for sure.
100%. You're not going to take it away from like our Norse god.
No, whether or not Arteta is gaslighting him or lying to him, I reckon he's told him that. Like,
I don't think so.
You know how we've got that captain's group of players. It's not just one captain. It's like a
you bunch them in.
consortium of people. I reckon he's told him that you can be one of the captains and maybe you might get the armband when whatever. But I reckon we'll have some developments. But we're not getting Caicedo though. Under any circumstances.
I've been looking at
even if you don't get Rice.
Compilations of Lavia and Caicedo.
And you're preferring Lavia now?
No, I don't prefer both of them. Are really silky. Both
Yeah.
of them are really nice.
Yeah.
But Lavia is nice, man.
He is.
Yeah, man.
But I just want you to know, if we don't get Rice, we're not getting Caicedo. I think
we'll get somebody better than Rice.
I think that's a pipe dream. It's definitely a pipe dream. What other rumours we got here?
What's happening on the United front?
With who? Oh, United.
I hear that you guys are nearly in for Mount. You're going up to 55.
That was always good. I think they've got ultimatum. Nah.
They say it's the final bid that they're gonna look at the pen.
That's the story that they're doing.
Is it you don't take it, then F you.
Yeah, and they'll just have to just get him for free next year. I don't think will he go anywhere else? I don't really think he wants to. Terms are agreed. I think he's happy in money.
Liverpool?
But they don't want him.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they ain't. No one else ain't gone in for him.
No, I mean if the Man United thing just falls through completely, and he's just on the market.
Yeah, but if United ain't going to go up to 70, well, Liverpool ain't going up to 70. None of the top teams are going to go up to 70. You've got a year left. They're not going to get the money they want from him, really. Maybe if a European team coming from him, but I just can't. If they're doing all that haggling now, I can't see someone else entering the chat saying, all right, cool, we'll give you the money. What I mean is,
he's got a year left on his contract. If he doesn't leave, doesn't sign a new deal, then they're going to potentially lose him for free. So they might be pushed at the last minute. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's let him go for less than we're asking for.
Well, this is where it's at. This is where they're at now. Because no one, they ain't in talks with nobody. You get what I'm saying? This is where they're at now. Them man are saying, boy, 55, this is it. Take it or leave it. And I think they could wish to do that. Because like I'm saying, I don't see where else he would go. They can't. Yeah. There's no one else paying the money. He's not going to go Saudi or nothing like that. So you just wait, innit? So, yeah, that was an easy one. That was an easy one. That's smooth. Hopefully they did, because I don't understand what they're waiting for. He got 12 months left, 55 M's. Yeah, that's good. That's good going. I don't understand what you want to do. They ain't even got a transfer fee for him. He's from the academy.
Oh yeah, true. So it's.
Do you get what I'm saying?
All profit.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Don't keep up profit.
Yeah, I don't know. They need to get that one done, but hopefully that one gets over the line so we can just go somewhere else. There's nothing going on apart from Mason, like literally.
Weird, right?
Huh?
Weird, right?
Yeah, it's just whack.
I think
as a United fan, waking up the transfer news is whack for us. Though.
Yeah, it's all Arsenal and Chelsea right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just whack. There's nothing going on.
It's all Arsenal and Chelsea, a bit of Man City as well. Anything else in football? Because I want to get into some basketball.
Basketball.
Yo, are you seeing what's happening right now?
I've seen Chris Paul's gone to the Golden State. That's serious, boy.
You think that's serious? I think, one, that's so random.
It's random,
so random.
Nah, I think for where he is in his career, yeah, and the type of player he is.
Yeah.
I think that's looking like dimes for days, for real. But then again, Paul's gone as well.
But for Jordan Paul though.
This I was thinking. I didn't understand how come his stock dropped so much. I feel like Draymond punched the skin out of him.
I think the Draymond altercation played a part, right? Remember, Draymond opted out of his contract. So I think that has that. I think maybe.
Yeah, but he's still talking with them though. He opted out. He can renegotiate a new contract.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I reckon to keep Draymond in terms of salary and just maybe team harmony, you had to get rid of Paul, because trading Paul for Chris Paul makes no sense.
Look, Paul's numbers have been dropping.
So, Chris Paul's 38 years old.
Yeah, but his stock. I don't know. I thought they was moving like he was going to be the third splash brother.
Exactly.
And then I don't understand how come his stocks dropped like this.
And he's injury prone as well. So you signed.
Oh, he's injury. Who's injury prone? Chris Paul. You're saying? Okay. Yeah.
You traded a 38-year-old injury prone player at the end of his career for Jordan Paul. It had to be kind of to get out from under Jordan Paul, contract wise. The Draymond situation, it had to be. Why else would you trade Chris Paul for Jordan Paul?
I hear that. I mean, he's probably he's old. I get it, but he was not like he's.
Yeah, no, he has.
It's not like he was jumping out of the gym. There's still life in him.
He has life in him, but it's not Jordan Paul life. It's like Jordan Paul is how old?
Yeah, but the guy's a dog. The guy's improved every team he's gone on. I don't know how you improve Golden State like that, but the guy's improved every team he's gone on. He's made better. Well, like every team.
Chris Paul is a win now signing then, basically.
He helps them win.
He's a win now signing.
He helps them win. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know what the rest of the roster looks like. Starting fives, all this shit. I'm not really sure. What do you do? Come off the bench? Would he be 6 man or something? He can't start. It's Steph's number one.
I was thinking, what is it? Is it Paul at the 1, Steph at the 2 now?
Where's Clay?
Clay at the 3, and then what? Wiggins. And then what? Draymond?
They ain't gonna do that. I don't think. Maybe he's not starting. He's old. It's like what you're saying. Maybe he's just coming to be part of the squad, come in and control the second team and that. Be the 6 man.
Yeah, it could do. It's one of the most, on paper, weirdest.
He's a dog, and like I said, I ain't seen the roster innit. I ain't seen how the rest of the team plays out, but for whatever reason, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I think the trade was mad.
Yeah,
because I was like. Paul, I thought Paul was good. I thought you sort of rated him. Like, don't you want to get more back for that? Did they get picks and shit as well?
I think they got a few picks, but I think even adding, I think a straight swap would be fine.
What for Paul? For
yeah,
would be fine.
Yeah, I don't think there needs to be picks included. What? As in picks going to Washington. Like, what Washington don't need picks and Jordan Paul.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's Golden State should be getting picks.
Yeah.
Innit?
Yeah, Golden State should be getting
that's what I'm saying. Did they get picks?
Oh, that's what you're asking me. I'm not sure. Maybe. Because I wouldn't assume that a straight swap would be something that they'll go for. But
did you watch the draft? Did you care about the draft?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I saw the goings on. Wemby.
I don't know none of the prospects, innit?
Okay, cool.
Like I don't like this time around. I don't know like none of the prospects, if that makes sense. I don't
Wemby's
know
the only
who's
one I
good.
know of.
Yeah, Wemby's the only one I've
He's
seen.
been
No,
highly
he's a
touted.
unicorn, innit?
His media coverage is crazy. So he went to Spurs, but we all know that already.
Yeah.
And when we knew Spurs were getting the #1 pick, I think the surprise is that that the Hornets didn't go for what's his name? Is it Brooks? They didn't go for Brooks, who was meant to be like the second pick. So he's ended up going to Portland.
Who, Brooks?
Yeah.
What was that, third or fourth pick or something? Third pick?
Yeah, he was first pick, but everyone thought he would go second pick.
He's blowing. That cost him a couple of racks, boy.
You know what I mean? Hold on. So yeah, he's gone Portland to team up with Dame, but I think Dame was hoping that Portland traded the #3 pick for a player.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because obviously Dame's on a win now. Like, bring me support.
Dame don't want to win now.
No, Dame wants to win at Portland. I don't know. To me, it's silly.
Dame don't want to win, bro. Or he'll be out of there.
Hold on.
Dame don't want to win at one else.
1 second. No, sorry, not. It's Scoot Henderson's who I'm talking about. Sorry, not Brooks. I'm just getting my names conflicted. So
I've heard him talk about this.
So Scoot Henderson. Everyone thought he'll go #2.
Okay, yeah, I've heard him talking about Scoot.
So the Hornets, they selected Brandon Miller
instead of Scoot.
Yeah. So the joke is like, you guys dropped the ball. You should have drafted Scoot Henderson. So he went #3, and he's gone to Portland. But again, I'm not that well versed in who the rest of these people are. I know there was a set of twins as well who both got drafted in the top. Yeah, there's 2 twins, Amen and Usa Thompson. They went #4, #5. Rockets and Pistons. Apparently, they're the first twins or brothers to be selected in the first top 5 of a draft before. So shout out to them. Apart from that, I think it's all eyes on Victor, man. And so we get some of the Spurs with Pop, and see how that goes.
All right, then. Watch out for Summer League, boy.
Yeah. We'll see how it unfolds, man. But yeah, man.
Who's Zidane Iqbal?
Zidane
Iqbal, going for 1 million.
Oh, it's a youth player.
For who?
United.
Oh, someone asked for you to talk about it.
What are you talking about?
What you thought about it.
They sold him for 1 million.
What do you think about it?
I saw a lot of disgruntled Man United fans.
The United fans do all that stuff, and bare people fans do all that stuff with youth players. They don't know nothing about Iqbal. They're sick. They leave them. The gaffer's around him every day, and he thinks he's got to get him out of there. Then he's obviously not good enough, man. Like, they ain't seen nothing from Zidane. I don't understand what they're crying about. They ain't seen nothing to say. Like, they just, I don't know, it's romanticising youth players. They haven't seen anything to know anything. So I don't know what was he going to do.
Go on.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, what was he going to do? He's not. They shot him. Only thing, I see City like getting big piece for their players. Never kicked a ball in the Prem. The Latvia, Banzunu, decent money.
Yeah.
I don't know why they only got 1 million for him, but
I think City players are just inflated because they're coming from City.
Maybe. I don't know. That's probably the only thing that I looked at. It's like, right, what? We can't get no money for these dons. That's crazy. But yeah, it's not a big deal to me. He weren't going to come in and do anything.
A little update on Partey. So
Juventus, isn't it?
Yeah, the speculation is Juve might be his landing spot.
17 million.
I'm not gonna lie, the price is really irritating me. 17 to 20 million euros.
Crazy. He did that shit, boy.
It's telling.
That's what I'm saying. Anyone who thinks this is a football reason is living in the clouds. This ain't football reasons. 17 to 20 million euros for Thomas Partey.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, the way his stock has plummeted.
He is
I saw a tweet you put out. Actually, you said something like that Arsenal are sick because the minute we used him to try to win the league, and then the minute we lost the league, we just tried to get rid of him.
I think I'm still getting a headache for that now. But I honestly believe that, and I think that's just, it's like you're saying, it's just telling, man. The way that you don't, it's maybe like the Jordan Poole thing. Like, your stock don't drop that quick.
That's what I'm saying.
Your stock don't drop that quick. We've been having beef throughout the season and all that. Who's better, Casemiro or Partey?
And now all of a sudden, Partey's going for 18 million euros.
Now all of a sudden he's surplus to requirements and he's nothing and he's this and he's that and it's very. It's like, brother, shaky.
So
that is shaky.
So are Arsenal sick, Brent, for obviously knowing what was happening with him, keeping him in the team, playing him week on, week out, and the minute the season was done, okay, now you can go.
If that's what it is, it did.
Yeah,
then
but we
yes.
know that's what it was, bro.
No, I don't.
Yes, we do.
In the name of fairness, you don't. But
be honest,
it looks like.
Yeah, we don't. We're all speculating, but come on.
Because one would assume once he goes to Juve, then justice would follow, right?
Why?
Because in my head, you're asking me, Arsenal must know that something's coming.
No, it's not about what's coming. It's about what's happened, what's been alleged, and just the negative stigma or press
So
that
you're
comes along with it.
saying that they knew he did that thing and he just played him?
No, I didn't say that. I said they know that there's allegations.
No,
and that-
everybody knew. There was an embargo on reporting it.
Exactly.
Because he wasn't charged, he wasn't proven. I mean,
Exactly, but it's still bad press when that's been alleged, and there's the woman's put out messages and stuff like that. So there's there's evidence, whether or not he done it or not. There's still, you know how it goes, man. If someone's accused of something, especially like that, it becomes a stain. Whether right or wrong, it becomes a stain, right?
yeah, I do believe if it is the same type of coverage that Mason Greenwood had happened to Partey,
Yeah.
they would have had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
Yeah.
So because it didn't, and I don't know what happened behind the scenes or
Yeah.
what is happening,
Yeah.
I could just go off the back of what it looks like, I guess.
That's cool. That's fine. They don't have to bow to the courts of public perception and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and like you're saying, it's not like Mason. It's not like video evidence or whatever. I don't know what internal investigations they're doing or whatever. But if you stand by him like that, then stand by him. It's like if you're saying, okay, cool, he's innocent, he ain't done nothing, we're gonna play him. Then all right, cool.
Then why is he going?
Why is he going now? Then he was a vital cog.
Come on, man.
In your
Why is
machine.
it- like,
so
literally-
why are you doing it now? Then what's happening now? Then
The one was
if he's
crying.
cool, innit? He's straight. You're supporting him. It's blessed. Like you're saying, nothing's coming. You've done your investigations, statute of limitations, area codes, whatever loopholes you got. He's fine. Nothing's coming. It's rare. Why? So why he should be here then? He's your mate. He's your big man. He should be here.
Literally, the narrative was if Partey doesn't play, Arsenal lose.
You get me?
So arguably, our most important player suddenly now is just being thrown to the wayside. It's not about football, man.
Like we are speculating, cool, but there's trouble in there. Like
I hope you're aware that you guys are both speculating.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
but you know there's trouble
Yeah,
in
but
there.
we're speculating
So what is there
based
trouble there?
on-
Trouble in there?
I think you just don't want to address it.
No, I'm fine talking about it, but like I said, I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, but we don't.
I don't know what is
But
happening.
we can look at the evidence.
Because if he happens to stay, what will you then say?
I'll say, well, you're still trying to get rid of him, so maybe the deal fell through.
No, but wouldn't you then stop supporting Arsenal because they're playing a guy who you believe that is guilty?
I didn't say I believe he's guilty.
What?
What do you mean, what? When
I
did I
thought
say?
that was the argument you guys were making.
No, I said that.
There's trouble in there.
I said there's trouble in there because there's been allegations against him. I didn't say he was guilty.
So if it is you're not arguing that he's guilty, then don't. Why are you asking me a question? If it is that you're on my side, as in I don't know, then wait until he's proven guilty and then start talking, right?
I don't know because I think the way that the way that it all came out and the thing that was going on with the girl and her being vocal and stuff like that, it seems like there's not going to be no justice. You know what I'm saying? And that's why she's gone to public opinion. So it's not about. You can't be saying, oh, if he done it, he's going to get thing and this is going to come, this is going to come. No, it looks like nothing's going to come. He ain't going to get arrested or whatever. You got to make up your mind whether you feel like there was some kind of incident here between him and this gal. That's what it's about. You get me? It's judgment. It's public judgment. He's not going to nothing going to happen to him. Nothing going to happen to him. What's going to happen? It's just you got to make up your mind whether you believe that's what he done or not. And now that they're moving on from him, it looks like the club believe he was in. There was something going on. That's why they're moving on from him. Because if not, you'll stay with him because he's your vital cog in your machine. If you don't,
How about they're trying to get as much money from him as possible, seeing as he is not dependable.
So the guy who, if he don't play, you don't lose. The guy who's the best DMF in the league, the guy he's not dependable. Now this is the narrative that you don't want to push now. This is what it is now. So he was the main man now, but now you went off, didn't win the league, you fell short, and now he's not dependable.
Wasn't he also a person who then got was responsible for the poor collapse after he came back from his international?
His form wasn't the best in the world, fair play, but
Yeah, but
I just think this narrative. I think this is. I don't know.
No one gets sold because they performed poorly at the end of the season when you're deemed as the best player, whatever, right? two things can be true at once. Partey is an important player, but yes, Partey isn't dependable. If you look at his injury record and the amount of games he misses, when he plays, he's a juggernaut, but he does miss a lot of games. Both those things are true at the exact same time.
And I think we're building a squad where he can rely on the players as opposed to relying on people that are going to go missing. Hence us getting that right back.
Yeah, like I said the other day anyway, there are so many we might as well reasons for Thomas Partey. The dependability, the injury record, all that stuff. So with the allegations being a black cloud, being the elephant in the room, right? I watch a lot of Arsenal content and they all talk about Partey and none of them, they all skirt over because we can't talk about it because it's alleged, right? They're talking to fans like we don't know, you're skirting over the things that you can potentially say. You don't say it, right? So if this player's got this black cloud over him and he is approaching 30 and he is injury prone and he does miss a lot of games, it's like, okay, cool, we might as well.
Yeah, cash in on him.
Basically, that's why I see it. We might as well. Then fuck it. Because there's too many reasons to say.
I think he was always in Arteta's plans to move him on. Anyway,
I think. You mean but now or a bit later on?
Probably now. He probably couldn't have done it when he wanted to.
Yeah, but he's 29 though. He's not like 35. He's 29.
So there's still value to be.
He's still got years in him.
As in a value that other team could basically put a price on.
Yeah,
but I see Mason's back in training.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good on him, man. It's been. How long's it been now? It's been over
a while, isn't it?
It's been a while, man.
Oh, what, Mason's back?
Yeah, he's back in training. Oh, he's back training.
I was always confused with his case. I thought he was gone.
Gone?
I thought he was off the books. I thought you lot released him.
No. He just got suspended.
He hasn't been talent like that. Generational talent.
He hasn't been training.
How long? How many seasons has he been out for? 2 now? Or
coming up to it almost. It's been a while. It's been ages.
Okay, cool. And his girlfriend, she dropped the charges.
They're kind of married now. They have a child on the way.
I'm not keeping up to date with
They've reconciled.
They're reconciled. They're back together. So he's back in the fold now.
Not necessarily. No, the club still don't know how to handle it.
Okay.
They don't know what they're gonna do.
Is he that good to where it's like, you know what, we have to keep holding him no matter what?
I think they would want to try and get if they're gonna get rid of him, they would want to try and get some kind of fee for him or something like that.
Oh, so you think they're more keeping him around to try to sell him as opposed to integrating him back in the team?
I think they ain't got a Scooby what to do. I think they're screwed and they just don't know. They just don't know what to do. I think they're probably just trying to just drag it out and just see if it can.
Yeah.
I don't know how that boy would handle. The terraces will be horrible. So I don't know what they're gonna do. They don't know what they're gonna do. To be totally honest with you, I think the thought of losing him for free probably makes them sick in their stomach. You get me?
Yeah.
So. I don't know, boy. I ain't got Scooby. I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see if he comes back.
I don't know. I wouldn't even want to see it though. It could just be he'll get the abuse. It would just be a big distraction. And then games like that. It's just. I think it's just long. See, he looks like he's screwed, man. It looks like he's screwed. Maybe fucking go somewhere else, but it's United, isn't it? Like Old Trafford and all that. What comes with you and all that. It's just every press conference, the manager's gonna have to deal with it. You get me? Like the fans are gonna be on his back. It just seems like a lot. It just seems like a lot of trouble.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. It's bad PR.
Yeah, so
it's bad press. So I wouldn't be surprised. But the fact that he's back in training means something, innit? But what that something is, we don't know yet.
I don't own the club. So if they're gonna play him, then play him, boy.
Yeah. Let's get back to you. Well, before we move on, I know you guys want to know about your Saudi updates. So, Mendy, Ziyech, and Koulibaly are all the deals are closer and closer to going through. Medicals, all that pending. So yeah, they're about to strike a nice free player deal with the side. You know what I mean? The funny thing is, I was thinking about the conversation when we left, right? And I haven't changed my mind, by the way. But I'm
never going to ask you what your take was.
But we started off this conversation with me not having a clue that about the connection between the alleged connection between the consortium who own Newcastle and who's funding Tom and his consortium, right? I had no clue about that. So I was thinking, you know what I'm trying to say? So it doesn't change anything. I still don't care. But
now you're seeing things in the Matrix.
But having that info at the beginning would have made yesterday's conversation a bit different because I would have understood where you were coming from and why you were so passionate about what you were talking about.
I joined the chorus.
Yeah, sorry, why you were passionate.
Yeah, I got in his back.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Are they going for anybody new?
They tried to get Lukaku too. But
Yeah,
said no.
yeah,
But
Lukaku said no.
he said no. I don't know why he would if he entertained that. He said no. But
that man would have felt yucky to me. They would have got big bread
big
for
money.
him.
Yeah.
They would have got big bread for him as well. Like that would
Yeah.
just would have felt yucky for me, man.
But Chelsea got a lot of players that
They have a lot of
they
players.
don't want. So there's going to be more outgoings. I'm trying to think who else could potentially go to Saudi. I don't think Pulisic would go. Sterling wouldn't go. I don't believe.
I don't think they got anybody else that they can really go. I was surprised.
Well, go to Saudi or just go period?
Go Saudi, I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm surprised Koulibaly went.
You're surprised Koulibaly went?
Yeah, and he's young in it. How old is he? 20 something?
Nah.
Is he 30?
Well, any something.
Is he 28 or something? Or is he 30? Am I going
check.
crazy?
Let me
I don't
check.
think Koulibaly's 30, yeah?
Let me check. Koulibaly.
Oh, he is 30 actually. I'm lying. He's 30.
Koulibaly's 32.
He's 30. Yeah, he's definitely 30. I picked him in
32.
the draft the other day.
Yeah, I'm not surprised he went at all. I'm surprised he went at all.
No, I am. Was this his first season in England, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, to just come here and flop like that.
You know what? He stayed in Napoli too long, man.
He's being touted as a top boy in Napoli, then come to the Prem and flop like that and leave and then go Saudi.
Stayed in Napoli too
That's
long.
surprising to me.
You know how I'm surprised he's not going? Not because he's not a good player, but because of his age. No, Aubameyang is another one who's rumoured to be going. They've been negotiating with him for a while now. Is Thiago Silva. Only because of his age. He's like 38. He's like the oldest one there. If he can get a quick 500 M's in Saudi before he ends his career,
But he's their best defender, isn't it?
why not? You know what I mean? But Aubameyang, I thought Aubameyang would eat Saudi alive.
I thought he'd love that.
Love that. Driving around these Lamborghinis and stuff in the desert and whatever. You know what I mean? Getting paid big bucks. Like that seems perfect for him. For Aubameyang.
Yeah, he really thought he was doing something leaving Arsenal, innit?
The thing is, I wouldn't really even begrudge him. But remember, he put out that video of his family with the Chelsea tops, like proper milking it.
Yeah.
Nice man.
Yeah. But yeah. Anything else? No. All right. Let's get into Done Out Ere.
I ain't even got a Done Out Ere today, but yeah, I feel like I should say that Mizzy tricked us.
Why? What happened?
Well, man gave him Done Out Ere for getting arrested and going into people's house and all that, and they set us up.
Oh, it was fake.
It's all fake.
I thought it was fake.
You said yesterday that it
thought it was
could be fake.
Yeah,
And it looked fake.
I didn't see it, so I didn't know. I didn't know what I was saying. I was just saying like it could be a hoax on that, yeah. But it was just still, it wasn't more. It was just annoyance that like he's doing more stupidness. But I think, yeah.
Do you think it was stupid?
Yeah, but
Even
I
to
got
fake it?
nah, because it's like I got duped.
No, but don't you still think it was stupid for him to fake it? Regardless of you getting duped or not. Because he's now saying the message was
Nah,
that
I
the
don't
mainstream media just likes to promote negativity. Oh, you didn't see that part of the...
Oh, the light skin boy saying that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're onto something, innit?
Huh?
What's that?
That's what they
You
do.
ain't seen this?
Oh, is that their little sign?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll just be reasoning like this, you know, and just so annoying.
You don't know how annoying it is. You don't know how annoying it is.
Is so annoying. No, but I feel like it matters that I got duped. You get me? I feel like it matters that he's trying to control the matrix. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, because he wanted to. He's saying the media just care about negative things and whatnot. And it's true. It went around everywhere. Man put him on Done Out Ere, man blasted. But he orchestrated that. I feel like I got duped. So I feel like I don't know what it is, but I feel like it counts for something.
Sorry,
Okay.
is this like a light bulb moment? Because the fact that he even became notorious was because they glorified his stupidity. So this wasn't a, oh my goodness, it's just a continuation of what is. It wasn't a, oh my God, Mizzy, I'm in your university now.
No.
I'm sold.
No.
all he's doing is further chasing clout. That's
Yeah.
all he's doing. That's
Yeah.
the currency he's after.
Yeah, but he's manipulating the market. You get me? So before he was just doing stupidness and it was just stupidness, but now he's got there's a semblance of control over what
You
he's
think?
doing.
You really think?
No, I don't know, but that was their if that was their plan, it worked. You get what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm just saying, yeah. I gave a lot of him and put him in Out Ere, but he set me up. Do you get what I mean? It was a plan. He set me up, so I feel like I've been duped.
You feel stupid?
A little bit.
Ooh.
I feel like I've been duped. I feel like I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because that was his plan. Yeah, the man gave him a whole segment on it. He tricked me. I don't like it.
So who done that here? You or Mizzy then?
I can't be Out Ere.
Because
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, because
it sounds like you're trying to give it to yourself because I was tricked and I put him on there.
I'm not giving it to myself. I was just trying to. Maybe I'm just rescinding.
Oh, you're rescinding it?
Maybe I'm just rescinding yesterday's Out Ere.
Oh, speaking of duping, I know yesterday I mentioned, I know it's off topic, whatever, but remember I mentioned yesterday that Killer Mike said that Andre 3000's got an album coming out.
Duped.
He said he was lying. He said psych.
Hoodwinked, bamboozled.
Yeah, so yeah, unless it's a double bluff, and that Andre told him, "Yo, why are you spilling the beans so early? Why are you telling people I've got an album coming out, man? It's meant to be top secret. Go and rescind it publicly." Or maybe he was messing around and it is an April Fool's joke in June. Also, here's a candidate for Out Ere if you want one. Did you see the story that Neymar admitted to cheating on his girlfriend publicly? He put like a whole post out.
Nah, but I heard that. I see something going around a few days ago that he's allowed to cheat on his girl if you don't kiss, don't use condoms and thing. No?
He's allowed to cheat on his girlfriend if he doesn't if he uses condoms, you mean?
Yeah, if he uses condoms, if you don't kiss, and that, I'm sure there was
that rule exclusive to Neymar, or is that for men or people in general?
I don't know. I didn't unpack the post, but I saw something a few days ago that was saying that Neymar's got this agreement with his girl or something. I don't know.
Oh, he has an agreement with his girl to say he's allowed to cheat as long as he uses condoms,
and he don't kiss on the lips and something else. There was some other stipulations. What was that fake news? I don't know. I'm just saying. I just saw it somewhere.
I didn't see that. I just saw he wrote this whole thing.
Let me see what you're saying about his girl.
Publicly apologizing. Was that?
Nothing.
Did you see it?
I didn't read it.
I do this for both of you and your family. Justify the unjustifiable. No need to, but I need you in our lives. I saw how much you were exposed, how much you suffered with all of this, and how much you want to be by my side, and I stand beside you. Error. I did wrong with you all. I risk saying I'm wrong every day on and off the pitch. Only I solve my mistakes in personal life at home, in my intimacy with my family and friends. All of this hit one of the most special people in my life, the woman I dreamed of following beside me, mother of my child. Has it touched his family, which is my family today? She touched her intimacy in such a special moment. That is maternity. Oh, she's pregnant. I already apologized for my mistakes for unnecessary exposure, but I feel obligated to come publicly to reaffirm that if a private matter has become public, the apology has to be public. Can't imagine without you. I don't know if we'll work out, but today you're sure I want to try. Our purpose will prevail. Our love for our baby will win. Our love for each other will make us stronger. Our purpose will prevail. Oh yeah, okay, go again. Always us. So what's he saying? He's sorry, basically.
Yeah. Gina, what do you feel about guys publicly apologizing for cheating online? Is it bringing too much attention to the situation?
Yeah, I get it though. Obviously, he's like, if I've embarrassed you publicly, I should apologize publicly. But you just keep allowing. Do you know what I mean? You just keep allowing more exposure, because now everyone's gonna dissect this apology and create a think piece about it. Do you know what I mean?
I'm over cheating, man. Cheating should just be done Out Ere, man.
There you go. Announce it, man.
Cheating is done Out Ere. But I just mean like the whole word and the concept of it. I mean, like, let's just throw it in the bin. I think it's just stupid.
Oh, I thought you meant don't cheat. You just
I knew that's not what he meant.
I'm saying cheating is a social construct. It's not even a thing. Like, we need to get out of the matrix, man. Like, this whole cheating thing is stupid. Watching gal moan about man every day of their life is so annoying and dumb and it's just like, you are sick in your head. The sample size we've got so far, just at a raw minimum, let's just take 2023 years, baby. You get me? Let's just take the 2023 years. And I don't understand. You ain't seen it play out any different. The hope, man. You are right. You are resilient, man. It's the hope. It's crazy, man. I just think, I don't know. You are sick, but you are just glad for punishment. But I think we should just be done with it. Cheating, all these concepts. Just throw them in the bin. You get me? Just forget all that. Let's just get on with each other. Let's just be happy, man. Yeah?
Don't know why you're looking at me.
I'm just saying.
I hear what you're saying in a roundabout way. It's like, are we going to keep talking about cheating forever?
We're going to keep doing this. Like, love who you love, man. Be with what makes you happy, man. Go where the love is, man. And just, when it's good, you got to share it, man. Understand?
Cheating is too much of a hot topic. It's too, you know what I'm trying to say? It's such a hot topic, cheating. Something that shouldn't be done at all. It's a fucking hot topic, man. Think about it. Every podcast, every show, it's always cheating. It's like a proper hot topic. I don't stand for cheating. I'm just saying. I don't like the way you're doing this. Can you speak?
That's it. It's such a hot topic.
Oh, sorry, that is funny. I don't agree with Margs, but it is what it is. I think I get what you're saying in the sense where, like, it's not going away anytime soon. People have been cheating since before we were even graced on this earth, innit? So it is what it is. Do you get what I mean? I think talking about it, the reason why it's probably a hot topic is because it's raw for a lot of people. Do you understand what I mean? And it's a lot of people's reality. So I don't think it's fair to say we should stop talking about it if that's your reality and that's your experience. I'm not here to reduce anyone's experience, and you should be free to talk about whatever you want to talk about if it's your reality. Do you get what I mean? But I do get how it's kind of like it's not blown out of proportion, but it's a big thing, especially in our community, again, because I only can speak for our community, that we talk about and make a big deal about. And like you said on podcasts, it's like, it's always a buzzword, trending topic, whatever, like, yeah. But I am also over it.
I want to see what you lot laughing at.
Clearly, it's on in the comments.
Man. Just paging.
I'm confused. I'm not even.
Wait, what did I miss?
I have no thoughts on the subject. Everyone just be wholesome, you know what I mean? Engage in wholesome practices. And be happy, man. Support each other and that.
It's facts, man.
Brent must have been panning the camera to you, bro.
Always.
Because I'm thinking, how are they even picking all this up?
I was going around the room.
Oh.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, cheating's done at Air. Yeah, Mizzy's still annoying, but I got duped, so maybe I'm gonna rescind that and then that's it, man. Happy Friday, people, man. Let's get into our outro.
Tickets live?
Oh, the tickets are live. I'll send you a link so you can put it somewhere, Brent. Let me send you a link.
Please send it.
Let me send you a link so you can put it somewhere. It's also.
Let me cop 2 right now.
Also, the links.
Are you going to attend or you
in my bio.
Yeah.
You attend,
yeah? Yeah, mine's going to be there too.
Yeah, man. They're there, man. You putting up Gina?
He asks if it is. What's the ratio though?
What else?
Emmanuel asks what's the ratio.
You know what the ratio is going to be like.
I've got a family function, I'm going to try and come through.
What's the date?
70-30 gal. 1st of July.
So next week Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Quick things. Quick things, fix things. You get me? We're dead ends. If you are on it, if you are free on the 1st of July, pull up, man, because we're outside. We're turning up. Enough alcohol's flowing and ting.
Let me just drop the link in the chat.
The melanin jump pack's going to be there.
Ain't nobody come for his ass. I'm joking.
Wow.
I'm joking.
Wow. Imagine if Chijoki came.
Why are you mentioning him?
There's this running theory that he is a snitch.
What?
I don't even, where'd that come from, bro? I don't even know why you're talking somewhere. I don't know.
You know, one day last week, yeah, I was on YouTube and I clicked on 90s Babies. They had a live The live, and
Was he there?
it was just Chiojoke by himself.
I love that he supports them.
I was like, this nigga's
Yeah,
by
man.
himself in the chat, just chatting. Like, you know when you see who's commenting, it was just him. I said, this guy dedicated still.
IG.
That's real, bro.
Big up to JK, man.
I was dying.
Everybody click the link. Everybody in the chat, click the link, please. Buy a ticket. Bring a lady.
Bring a friend. Tell a friend, and bring them. But yeah, man, that's the end of today's show. It's the end of a great week. Shouts out you for pulling up and being with us and developing the conversations in the chat and the phone line and all of that good stuff. You know, go on, make sure you like the videos before you get out of it. I ain't seen what the like count is, but is it good, Brent?
It's not healthy at all.
The link ain't working, you know.
Oh, serious?
Well, for me, it's not.
Goddamn.
Let me click this thing.
Goddamn.
Is it working for you?
Hold up. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Page not found.
Yeah.
Right, where's it gone?
Let me do that again.
I've been using it. Let me make sure. I definitely sent you the right thing.
Yeah, you did. I'm gonna
Oh.
put HTTPS now.
No, wait there.
Boom. Let's see if this one works.
The link that I just clicked said page not found as well.
Yeah.
What's happened to my thing?
Oh, you could not find it. It's still saying that. I'll put it in the community and I'll put it in the description. Hopefully it will work.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, something thing. The one in the link in my bio at the top just worked. It just brought me there. I don't know if I copy and pasted something wrong. I don't know what I've done there, but we'll sort it out. We'll get it to you, people. Don't worry. But yeah, man, listen, enjoy your weekend. Have a good Friday. Don't do nothing we wouldn't do, man.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.